Welcome everybody. NUFC Talk TV. Now, obviously, I am on my own tonight because all the lads are off over to watch the game. So there's just me doing the live watch along. So again, please, 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 everybody who's out there and watching, get involved. If you can just give us the heads up whether you guys can hear me, because I can hear me really loud in there. But obviously, I'm at Wynn's house because I'm up in the northeast myself. So it's a bit different listening to myself in my ears. So if you guys can do us a massive favour and just let me know if you can hear me okay. We've got the teams up on the screen. Um, Before we go any further, obviously, I just want to do the housework. So, welcome to everybody that's watching across all of the platforms. Don't forget to smash that like button if you can. Just helps us get a little bit further as a channel to other NUFC supporters. Subscribe; it's totally free. And if you can, if you again, if you want to, and you enjoy the show, please, 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 if you hit the bell, we do content sometimes. Well, we do every day, more or less, but sometimes we do 2 shows in a day. So if you hit the bell, as soon as we upload a video, you will get notifications, and from that you can join us. You're more than welcome. Like I say, I have got Win's system in front of me. So like I say, it's a little bit different to what I work with back at home. Um, so you're going to have to bear with me because everything seems so far away. As you can see, we've got the team lined up on the screen. Literally, as soon as we come on, it was shown, and there's a couple of surprises. So we'll go through the teams individually at the minute. But like I say, for anybody who's out there, we have got the lads all sit in a bar, and they'll be joining us, I would imagine, very soon as well. But anybody that's out there that wants to become a member, then obviously you can do that. Anybody that wants a super chat, obviously follow the dollar sign, and I'll guarantee your message read out. I have got lots of people in the chat already, so welcome everybody with us tonight. And I will mention you all to a degree in a minute. And again, I apologise if I don't mention everybody, but it's very difficult to keep up to date with everything. Um, the one thing that I want to say to you guys is, please, 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 it's a new year. We've got little targets that we want to reach as a channel. We've done absolutely amazing last season, or last year, but we want to go a little bit further. So before we go into any of today's events, if you could share, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and do us a favour. And before I go any further, we went out into the big market today with the American Mag and the Mighty Win, and we met up with a couple of fans of the show. Obviously, very rarely do they come on board and show themselves, but I just want to give them a shout out. I did promise them, so a big shout out to Eileen and Alan. That's out there listening. It was lovely to catch up with you today and have a photo taken of you. And again, it just proves that we do this just for the love of the job and the love of the club. And I hope that everybody that listens to this channel gets something from it. So well done, everybody out there in Viewerland that's watching. And like I say, let's get on with the show. So anyway, welcome along to everybody. It's obviously it's under the lights at St James's Park, and for me, there is nothing special. And I hope and pray that the lads that have travelled across the Atlantic, and there's a number of them, to be fair, we all met up in the Strawberry yesterday, and the songs and the beer was flowing really well, as you can imagine. An amazing evening that was given to all. So, without any further ado, let's just have a quick shout out to a couple of the lads that I can see in the chat. Now, like I say, for whatever reason, Wynn's eyes must be better than mine because it seems a million miles away. So, just bear with me a second while I go down. So, we've got Two Nut in the chat. Welcome along, matey. Mighty Mag, as always. And again, thank you to all that have wished me well during my illness. As you can still hear, probably in the background, I am still a bit croaky, but I will do my best to do the live watch along when the match starts at 7:30. So, like I say, bear with me today because, like I say, I'm still feeling a little bit on the rough side. So we've got Jan Eric. He's gone for a 3-1 in UFC forever. Well done, buddy. And we've got Stephen Harker. Welcome, Stephen. And who else have we got in here? Roger Cook. Evening, buddy. Hope you're well. Hope you're feeling good. Who else have we got in here? Oh, we've got me. Tickets for Geordie's, lol. And Michael NUFC, and anybody else that I can see before. Oh, Andy Bell. Hi, Andy. Thanks for the good wishes, my friend. Hopefully, I can try and catch up with you. Um, but while I'm up here, I don't go back until Sunday afternoon, so it will be lovely to try and catch up with some of you guys if you're around. Jake is in the chat. Hello, Jake. Richie Cardwell is in the chat, and Bandit, yeah, he's in the chat. So welcome all, and like I say, I'm sure that will grow even more. So without further ado, let's crack on with the lineup. So like I say, there has been it's a little bit of a change one that's gone on today because. Not with our team, more with Wolves, if I'm honest. For Newcastle, we've got Martin Dubravka in goal. Obviously, it definitely looks like with all the talk that's gone on in the past that Martin Dubravka now is staying till the end of the season. So that's to me that's a positive. I know there's a lot of people out there that thinks that we should get rid of Dubravka and cash in, but the money that you're going to get, I don't think you're going to get a decent replacement. And I think it also shows, especially the way it shows towards me, is Oddie just isn't up to it. And it, it looks very much to me as if Oddie's the one that was obviously done because of a reason. He doesn't seem to get any real coverage from Eddie Howe. So there's obviously something going on behind the scenes that we are totally unaware of. But I'm glad Martin Dubravka's staying. And like I say, whether he obviously goes with a shake of a hand in the summer, I wish him all the best because he has been an amazing servant to the club. Our defence, again, great to see. Sven Botman back, Lewis Hall at left back, Tino Livramento right back, and Big Dan Burn. So again, we've got the Mighty Bees with Botman and Burn as the two partnering centre halves. And again, 6'6", 6'4", real powerhouses and literally wear the shirt and the badge with honour. And again, going from what I class now as probably our best defensive lineup, going into our strongest midfield I've seen at SJP for a long, long time. Joe Linton, which is going to be inside left centre. Sandro Tonali sitting in that deeper role. And Bruno Guimaraes, obviously on the right centre. A great, amazing three. I think we have got potentially, if we can keep hold of the boys, and again, there's loads of rumours out there, and I do not believe for 1 minute that we will be selling anybody um, or anybody of any stature, put it that way, unless people are going to be willing to spend absolutely mega bucks on this. So I think what we've got now will stay. I mean, obviously, I know there's a lot of people saying that we still need to spend on a right winger, but at the minute we've got balance, and I don't want to go out there and spend like we did with Harvey Barnes to a degree. And this isn't no disrespect to Harvey Barnes, but we spent £40 million on this lad to sit on the bench. We're not a big enough club at this present moment in time that will or can afford to go ahead and just keep spending money for players to come and sit on the bench. Our forward line, we've got Anthony Gordon left side, and Alexander Isak through the middle, and Jacob Murphy out on the right hand side again. Everybody thinks about his gameplay as not at par with the rest of the team. But his contribution from that right hand side is better than what we've got. I don't know, like there's been a lot of talk about like Malin going to Aston Villa for 20 million, and he would have potentially been a much better asset to Newcastle on the right hand side in front of. But Jacob Murphy, but I've looked at Malin a number of times now, and I still think he's missing something. And again, people say, well, it's only 20 million. You can lose 20 million. Not when you're in the constraints that we are. So I think, for me, I'm happy that Milan's gone to Aston Villa. And I do think, and I keep saying it, January is desperation window. If you're not desperate to actually go out there and buy because you need to strengthen, then I don't see any reason to doing that. And if anybody's watched Craig Hope's YouTube video where he was talking about Miley and how Miley would have been potentially up at risk if we did go out there and need to spend, because to come into the PSR, we will need to obviously try and balance the books come June. And the only real sellable asset that we've got at the minute, because obviously we got rid of Minty and Miley last June, would be Miley. So we certainly don't want to go down them roads. Our substitutes for today, we have Miggy Almiron, Joe Willock, Sean Longstaff, Louis Smiley, Odi Vlachodimos, Willa Sula, and Kieran Trippier. Emil Kraft is back on the bench, and Lloyd Kelly. So it's nice to see Emil Kraft back in the mix. And again, that is a positive sign that we're getting stronger and stronger and a little bit deeper with lots of cover in certain positions. So that's a positive. Not really understanding where Fabian Shaw is or what's happened to Fabian Shaw, because obviously he's not down anywhere regarding the bench. So unless he's collected a slight knock and they're keeping him back a little bit, I'm not sure. Going on to the Wolves side, which is this is the point that I was making. This is where it got me a little bit perplexed when I looked at the side. Going more like a 3-4-3-1 system, which seems to be very much the way he sets up the Wolves team. So in goal for them, we've got Jose Sarr. In defence, we've got Matt Doherty, Santiago Bueno, and Emmanuel Agbudu. I saw these guys against Bristol City in the FA Cup, and I must admit, Bristol City caused them no ends of problems. And Agbudu, if he's staying left centre, which is where they've got him down at the minute, according to this, now obviously it can all change when they come out onto the park, and he stays at that left centre back. That's an area for me of weakness, and I think if we can attack that left-sided position, I think they can cause them no end of problems. Going into midfield, obviously this is where the strong players are. We've got Ray and Nate Nouri, Andre, and Gomez in the middle, the two Brazilian lads with Rodrigo Gomez. So obviously Nate Nouri, they're going to be and Gomez are going to be looking at really trying to get in and behind our defenders and obviously support the defence, because they'll go to a 5 in a low block, with the Andre and Gomez just sitting in front of the 3. So they could become a formidable team to get behind. But again, the things that we've got to be really careful of is when we lose the ball, because they'll be leaving lots of players up top, as they always do, for us to be, obviously fighting over. So the lads have got to be on the toes today. Their forward line, we've got obviously Strand Larson. Now we know he's strong. We've seen what he can do and how he works. He bounces around the two centre halves. He tries to ruffle up a little bit. And you've got Wang Yi Chan, and he's been a bit of a thorn in our side in the past. We all know what he can do. And then obviously we've got Guedes that sits on that right hand side. So surprising for me that we've got now Mateus Cunha in this side. He's actually being benched for this game. So again, I don't know whether it's illness, because I know I think it was Lima that was ill or got an illness against when he the Bristol game for the FA Cup. So I'm looking at their substitutes. You've got Tommy Doyle, Pablo Sarabia, Bellegarde, Sam Johnson, who's their backup goalkeeper, Mateus Cunha, who for me is probably pound for pound their best player. So no idea why he's on the bench. Carlos Forbes, Craig Dawson, Nelson Semedo, and Pedro Lima. Again, just coming back from his illness. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, and it's going to be certainly something that I'd like to get your thoughts on this, because why would you leave one of well, let's have a look. If you look at the two boys that are scoring goals, Isaac for us playing centre forward, Cunha literally playing in that inside left position, likes to run in from the outside in, if you like, and he likes to pick up the pieces and run at defences. his goal contributions is second to none in a team that's not performing very well. Um, and that to me just it's something that I really don't understand. So unless he's picking up problems, and has obviously looked at the side going forward, and just trying to work out what's happening in the background. I'm not 100% sure um, why he could have been left out. Uh, Again, you can only work on what you've got and everything else, and for me, it just shouts that there's obviously something else happening in the background. So, like I say, that's the team sheets anyway. That's that them at this present moment in time. Like I say, we don't know where everybody's playing. We know our side. We don't know the way Wolves are going to set up, but it very much seems to me as if they're going to play this 3-4-3 type system, and you'll have five sitting, and they'll try and get eight Nuri down the left hand side to link up with Lee, and then obviously try and work in that channels that he can. Because I like him, I think he's a decent little striker. Um, so before I go any further, I'm just going to have a quick look at Chris has come in with he's knackered already. We're in the tune knackered. So he's obviously having a bit of brew nail. Um, Niles come in here and he's Chris. You want a proper Guinness? Go to Dublin and expert the dregs. Yeah, exactly. We were saying that, but Mighty Win doesn't believe that Dublin's Guinness is better than ours. So there's one for you. Who else is in the chat? Let's have a look. Anybody that's got anything of any ilk? So yeah, if we win tonight, you're absolutely right. It takes us to fourth in the league. And again, we come up with the stats the other day when we were doing the preview. And it's really strange to think that 1976 was the last time that we were looking into going into February, and still competing on all three fronts when it comes to FA Cup, League Cup, and the Premier League. Now I know we're a bit behind with the Premier League, but again, you're still within touching distance, and it's something that we definitely can't just throw away as of yet. So. Before we go any further, I suppose what we can do is look at some stats and facts. So I've written some things down here. Head to head, Newcastle 3 wins, 2 draws. Wolves 2 draws, 3 losses. Obviously, recent form: Newcastle United 8 consecutive wins in all competitions. Wolves 1 win in the last 12 Premier League fixtures against Newcastle. So definitely stacked against them. Some key players. So obviously, I'd put down Alexander Isak bidding to score 8 successive Premier League games with Wolves. Mateus Cunha. He was available after suspension, but like I say, he's been left on the bench. So that may be an omen for Newcastle. It may not. On our defensive record, we've 8 goals conceded in the last 9 home games, so that's the joint third best. Wolves 22 goals conceded in 10 away matches, which is the second worst away defensive record. And it's expected, obviously, a complete sellout tonight, 52,500 under the lights at St James's Park. It's a 7:30 kickoff. And the referee, if I can remember, is Darren England, isn't it? Um, yeah, Darren England. Again, he likes to let the game run. Only got yellow cards of 3.65 yellow cards per game, with no red cards as of yet. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that stays as it is. And obviously, Vitor Pereira, who's their new manager, he seems to have got some type of reaction from them because of their, they again, I'll go back to the bounce, the new manager bounce, because this is what we was talking about when it came to people wanting Eddie Howe moved on. You do get that 5% from players, and you do get a reaction regarding some results. But if we have a look at our pre-match standings, which Newcastle are fifth with 5 consecutive wins. Obviously, this is just going back on uh, the last 5 games, and we currently sit on 35 points. Wolves have lost 2, drawn 1, and won 2. Again, currently sitting in 17th position with 16 points. So the pressure's definitely on them. Um, and again, I wrote some stats down, and again, I need to double check these, but Newcastle won the last 4 out of 6 versus Wolves with a winning percentage of 67%. Previously winning only 2 of 13 in the Premier League before that. So a complete change in the way we look at Wolves. Um, Wolves have lost the last 3 games versus the Toon and not kept a clean sheet in 9 games at St James's Park. So again, everything stacks against them. Everything looks like it could potentially be a goal fest at St James's Park tonight. And like I say, I do hope for all of the lads that are losing their virginity at the SJP tonight under the lights. It's a special occasion, and I hope it's going to be an exciting game for them. But this is a stat that I couldn't work me magic, if I'm honest with you. The fixture has ended 1-1 on 19 occasions, and that's the highest ratio of any fixture played more than 15 times in the Premier League. So if you was going to throw a bet on, and I know like we've got our own bets going on, if you like, and our own table. So, like I say, I cannot change anything. I don't mess about with win setup. But if anybody wants to throw a prediction in before the start of the game, which is in around about 35 minutes, if you do it on the prediction chat, and then when Wen comes home, he will obviously look at that, and anything that's before 7:30 will be okay. Anything post the 7:30 watershed will be called and will not be put down as a viable score. So, like anybody that's wanting to change their system or their scoreline, then please do so before the 7:30 watershed, and all those will be recognised and put down on the sheet. So, like I said, anything from you guys that you look at the Wolves lineup tonight? Do you think there's anything out there that you could do? We're definitely the stronger team. We said that. I think there's a lot of Wolves fans travelling up and staying overnight in the Toon. So, for me, it's a case of just trying to get. We need to get the control of the game, and I think that's the first thing that we need to do. I think we've seen Eddie's change in the way he plays and how he's setting the team up, and for me that is an amazing hit for Eddie because, like I say, he got to a point where he was starting to feel a little bit of pressure from the fans. It certainly started to sway towards the 50-50, those that wanted him in and those that wanted him out. And it's like I say, it's interesting to see where he's now put the lads. Like I say, potentially if we win tonight, could go fourth. Well, we will go fourth above Chelsea, but still some way off the rest of them. But again, you have to be. Oh, there you go. Thanks, David. David Veach is saying that Shah's got an illness, so nothing to worry about. So yeah, I mean, like I say, there is a lot going around, guys. Lots of these nasty bugs. I have been, fortunately, part of the sick the sick notes away from the channel for a few weeks, and I'm just letting you know the internet is knackered here, Gary. So we're trying to join you, might have an issues. Yeah. So again, this is what we expected. Chris and the boys are all having drinks in a pub. We did obviously have a bit of a get together before the match. Well, before we come live, because there was very few people actually in the pub. But as the many start to join, obviously everybody else is taking the internet up. So we wanted Chris and Win and Amrit, and we've got Tim, the twins that are all together having a bit of a drink. Um, just having a quick look at if there's anything else in the. Happy birthday to Martin Dubravka. Yeah, I didn't realise that. Thanks, Jay, Connor, because he's our roaming reporter, as I call him. Is Martin Dubravka's birthday apparently today, so happy birthday, Martin Dubravka. Um, and there's, like I say, I don't know whether anybody see, but Philly Josh was at the Stack earlier on today, and he was interviewed on Sky Sports. And Keith Downey, I think, was the reporter. I didn't get a chance to see it, unfortunately. And here he is, the man, the myth, the legend, also known as Maggie.
Hey, you're doing a fantastic job there, my friend.
Well, listen,
We can't hear you inside. And Chris was supposed to be coming out for a tab, but he hasn't bothered coming out. I can get the 5G outside here.
yeah.
But we can't get it from inside.
So
But we're watching
listen,
you,
while
but
you're
we
on,
can't hear you.
right, cool. Now listen, while you're on, what do you think of Cunha missing out of the side?
Well, doesn't that just fall into line with how lucky we've been on this run, coinciding with Tonali going to 6 and Gordon discovering his best form and Isaac finding his shooting boots. And like when we played Ipswich, I had no Delap. We played Man U, no Bruno and Ugarte. We played Liverpool, no Alexander Arnold. There's a lot of things have conspired to put this run together. And if Cunha's not playing for Wolves, well, God, that can only be good. But could that be a? Could that be? Well, I think it could possibly be that
We're not good.
Is he on the
American
move?
Mag himself.
Hey, give me a tap.
Hey,
How's it going, fellas? You got a tap?
How you got a tab, boy?
How's it going, folks? Hey, thank you so much for staying tuned to the channel. I appreciate it. I'm getting knackered. Well, not really though. It's just been a few pints, but no, you know what I'm getting knackered by? The hospitality of the tune, man. You guys are amazing. So appreciate it, everything. Everybody in the chat: Richard, Bandit, Andrew Bell, Roger, Connor, Ian Fleming, everybody. I'm having a blast here at Newcastle, and all due to the fans. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it.
The best is yet to come.
Oh,
when you walk up them stairs into under them lights, man.
I know me better than anyone. I know myself better than anybody else, and I know that moment is gonna be. It's gonna be. It's gonna be crazy, man. That's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna record it, and I might just have to keep it for myself because I know how I am with that stuff. Just the feeling of walking at St. James's Park. It's hey, listen, man. I might be pro no new stadium after this one. I might not want a new stadium after this one, man. Trust me.
Yeah, once he catches you, mate, that's it. It is the cathedral on the hill.
Technically it is. But cheers, everybody. Hit the like button. Thank you for supporting Gary and the channel. I appreciate it. Shout out to Ian Mighty Mag, everybody out there, man. David Beach. That's not a joint. It's a tab. It's a tab.
He's freezing his bollocks off you.
No, I'm not, man. Look at that.
Say, look at him.
I got my brand new tune top.
Yeah, he'll have his
I'm ready. I'm ready for battle, man. Ready for battle.
He'll be a proper toonie soon when he gets that shirt off in the crowd and starts throwing it. I hope you've got NUFC tattooed across your belly.
I need to go NUFC all my belly, man. There's that guy. What's his name?
I don't know.
Well, that guy is naked every match day, man, with the NUFC on his belly. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
So you got the twins with you. So Chris, while you're on, what's your thoughts on Cunha missing tonight out of the team?
Well, it's going to help us. It's going to help us. I think he's probably their best player. You know what I mean? So it's
because we are signing him, man.
Well, he thinks we're signing him. Hopefully. But look, regardless, the tune need to do what they need to do. They need to handle their own business. And if we do that, nothing will stop us from getting 3 points. And we better not lose, because if we lose, I'll never, the people will tell me not to come back again.
Yes, I'm rich.
I'm rich.
I'm rich.
Yo, how's it going, guys?
You right, buddy?
How's it?
How's
what do you reckon, man?
Well,
I'm getting really excited about today. really excited about today. I think he's going to be our good luck mascot. I think it's going to be 5.
Or he's going to be a bad luck mascot.
Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Hey man, I'm Monty the American Mag.
He's going to be bored from ever returning if we can't win tonight after 8 on the trot,
Well, he's
and
got
he
those
jinxes us. There's gonna be trouble in Chalkport, trust me.
In my defense, we got to lose at some point, man. We can't win every match.
Why not? I'll not have loser attitude in my team.
Up the mag, ladies and gentlemen. Away the tune!
Away the tune! There you go. Well, there's lots of have a lovely time in the tune.
See you guys. Thanks for keeping it going, Gary. You're doing a great job, mate.
Enjoy yourselves.
And I'll give you a ring at some time during the match and let you know where we're going to be. You get yourself a taxi down here. I'll book it for you.
We're doing the post match, aren't we?
We'll sort something. We'll sort something.
I'll do the post match, and then if you guys are staying in town, then I'll drop down to you.
Right. Okay. Right. We'll give you a bell. Keep in touch, and we'll get it sorted.
Have a lovely one, mate. Make it a really special evening for him. All right.
Ta-da.
See you, buddy. All right. Well, there you go. That is the boys all literally having a while of a time. And like I say, I'm not sure how much they'll have regarding drinks and how well they'll see most of the game. I'm just looking at Eddie Howe now. He's just doing his pre-match interview with the panels. And like I say, Wynn's setup is a bit different to mine, so the TV's to my left. So if you see me looking up there, you will understand the reasons why. So I am just going to obviously put up a different segment, just so you guys can probably see, because I hate SofaScore when it shows you the way that they set up. So let's have a quick look. Let's take that one down. Hopefully I can still get it from here. Yeah, there you go. This one probably going to be a little bit better. So hopefully you can see that. So Martin Dubravka, like I said, in goal. Tino, Botman, Byrne, Hall, amazing back four. To me, that's probably the best back four we've had at the club for a very, very long time. And again, going to the midfield. And again, everybody talks about Jacob Murphy being the weak link, but the balance that he brings to this side by staying wide, and I think that's been the big thing. When we've had Miggy in, he runs inside a lot of the time, and it's just congestion. It's just literally there's far too many players all congested in a space. So for me, I think if we can dominate this area, I mean, like I say, you look at our two lines, left and right. We need to obviously keep Ait-Nouri back and Gomez because they've got a lot of work to do. But for me, Agbodu, he's the one who looked, like I say, very, very dubious and very weak against a very ordinary Bristol City side. And only lost by the smallest of margins, to be fair, 2-1. But obviously, we all know what they've got. Like I say, they're going to be quite tight in the middle with, like I say, probably a bank of 5 for us to break down at any time. And they're going to be probably missing out the midfield and looking at just getting the ball up to Strand Larson, who's going to hold it up and obviously feed Guedes and Wangin. I'm just looking at Isaac's Premier League season. 18 appearances, 4 assists. And I think, did I just say 14 goals? And to me, he's been an absolute incredible. He's had an incredible start. And if you think of him having a little bit of a slow go with because of his broken toe, so it took him a while to get going and up to match speed. But definitely now you're starting to see the fruits of this player within the side. But like I say, going back to Wolves, very disciplined in the middle. I don't expect them to be coming out at us. I think the ball will be literally dropping over the top and trying to get Strand Larson to hold the ball up and then play in Wang and Guedes to get behind us. Obviously, we all know what Ait-Nouri can do down that left-hand side. He's very tricky. So we need Tino, Bruno and Murphy to obviously work their magic down that right-hand side to try and peg back Ait-Nouri from actually getting out and causing problems going forward. Like I say, down the right-hand side with Gomez and Doherty, again, it's the amount of work that they're expecting from Mate Nuri and Gomez to try and break the lines. Um, and I can see, like I say, just being a little bit of a dogged um, standoff for the first uh, half an hour or so, and then obviously if they can keep it tight, probably grow into the game more towards the second half and try and nick something. Just going to have a quick look. Mark Todd, best team we've had in a very long time, and maybe the most balanced team I've ever seen us have. So yeah, thanks, Mark. I agree, mate. To be fair, I think it's the closest thing that I've seen to the best team at St James's Park. Even looking at the entertainers for balance and everything else, and I'm going to get a lot of people shout at me with that one, but teams around us now are so different. And that's what I look at. You've got a lot of really good teams in the Premier League these days, compared to them days where you had, like I say, the big boys, but that was it. Once you got past them, you had a chance of winning something. But for me, this team is got to be up there with one of, if not the best. Um, what else have we got? Ron's in the thing. Uh, I do have a smartphone on WhatsApp. Uh, I think obviously you guys are just talking amongst yourselves. Mighty Mag, evening Ron. I've put you 3-0 up on the WhatsApp. So there you go. So he's put his predictions in. Queen's in. So there you go. Queen is just confirming. Ron, you can put your prediction in up until 7:30, matey, or as close to before 7:30 if you can. Just generates your prediction. Seems strange seeing you in Wynn's chair and not being in jail. Yeah, it feels really strange for me to be in the northeast. But like I said, the channel must go on, and the American side of the support. And like I say, they've come over in droves because there's two matches back to back. Some are up here for 2 weeks. Like I say, the strawberry was bouncing. And to me, it's been an amazing journey so far for these guys. And I was talking to a lady who's from, I think she's from Philly, season ticket holder, um, comes over as much as she can, helps the friends with obviously seats and things like that. So for me, it's about growing as a unity across the pond. And like I say, with these guys over here for this 7 to 14 days, it just supports the club and it gets the club out there and seen. So, like I say, amazing evening yesterday. Loved it in the Strawberry with St James's Park in the backdrop through the window. An emotional time. But like I say, somebody has to be here and do this bit. And like I say, Chris works really hard when it comes to doing this channel. So, like I say, for me, it was lovely to think that him and Betsy, his wife, has an amazing opportunity, like I say, to go and break his duck to watch the team tonight against Wolves. And fingers crossed, the result comes our way as well, because that's all we want. Is that really that positive result? And like I said, for me, it's always been a case of them. Um, People say, like, Wolves are in a false position. Um, but after 20 games, I always think after 20 games, up until the Christmas period, probably the first game into January, you are where you deserve to be. Um, because we can say quite openly that we hadn't played really well up until um, the last match, if you like. Sorry, up until the last match. Up for the first 5 or 6 games, there was question marks. The turning point to me was when we lost to Brentford at 4-2. It seemed to inject something. Now, obviously, Eddie was trying to change the way we set up, try to change the way we dominate the ball, and try not give the ball away too much to the opposition. And for whatever reason, we were conceding some strange goals, making some really strange decisions with the ball, and being punished. So for me, it was a case of trying to get this team that we've got, like I say, with the players that we've got balanced. Now, the one thing for me, I always think going into the new year, the one thing that could really make us crumble Ben Southwell, they're going with us 5-0, maybe even 7. We are that good. Well, mate, I honestly, God, if it is them numbers tonight, I shall be jumping through hoops, and I will definitely be going and joining the boys in the city centre once we finished here. Um, Lee McFarlane, hi buddy, welcome along, matey, as normal. And I'm just trying to think of anybody else I've missed. Luke M, the wings of the high-flying magpies are well and truly open for the fans around. Well done, buddy. Yeah, absolutely. That's what it's all about. It's about getting a global mix of support, if you like, because that's where obviously we've been lacking in the past. We need that commercial business, and like I say, it's lovely to listen. With the first time in a long time that we've actually made a profit in this financial year. So, like I say, we're growing as a club, we're growing as a team. For me, we've got the ideal situation. If we do decide to move, it will break my heart, but I know it's for the right reasons. And like I say, for me, you know, when I come from Winds House and I come across the moor, look across the moor, and all you can see um, is the cathedral on the hill in the distance. And that to me is an amazing, absolute amazing sight. So yeah, for me, it's like I say, I've been there many a time, and I've just seen that Ron said, why am I not there? Well, obviously we can only get so many tickets for the game, Ron. And what I've decided to do, we say to the boys, I'll carry on with the channel. Um, this is the first time that some of these boys have ever visited SJP, so I would feel really gutted if I'd taken the opportunity away from Chris and Betsy, his lovely wife, to go and visit the cathedral, especially on a night time. Because to me, like I said, that's why the picture's behind me. There is an amazing atmosphere when it comes to the SJP under lights. So, like I say, that for me it was just a case of make sure Chris and Betsy get involved, and obviously we've got Philly Josh and Dan's there from America. There's Mike's there. There's loads. Like I say, there's an absolute army of American mags come over for these next 2 home games. Mark Todd, what have you put down, Gary? Today there's been a lot of stories about Kelly being sold. It's supposedly been turned down because the offer was only 6 to 8 million. What do you think about it? Um, well, we looked at it the other day, me and Win, and if I'm honest with you, if we was to sell him now, he's cost us nothing because whatever you get for him, whether it's 6 million, whether it's 8 million, I think that the the reports that I read is they wanted somewhere in the region of £15 million from Fenerbahce. Um, at the minute, I think he's cost us somewhere in the region of just under 2 million in wages. So whatever we got for him, was 8 million, 10 million, it was going to be profit. Um, because he's cost us nothing. And I think that's where people start to get a little bit, you know, angst about his wages. If obviously if he does 2 or 3 years with us, then obviously it's going to be a different kettle of fish regarding what he owes us as a club. But as it stands at this present moment in time, he owes us a couple of million. So whatever we could get on top of that, and like I say, for me, I questioned it because I've looked at Kelly on a couple of occasions, and yes, people are always going to say to me, the kid needs a run in the side, but you also have to defend when you're in the side. And somebody who defends like Kelly, like I said, he seems to me like a type of sweeper type defender that's going to set off and um, not really go into the tackle. I think he's one of these guys that just likes to sit off and try and stand forwards up and make the decisions. And in the Premier League, you don't get many opportunities to get your foot in. There is some amazing talent within the Premier League that can obviously score. I mean, as after looks, we look at Bromley. Um, he took that goal really well, and people criticised Miley for the loss of that goal. But when I've looked back at it, in actual fact, it wasn't Miley. It was Miley to the point that probably towed the ball on to the scorer, trying to win the ball back. Um, but where it failed for me, and it failed miserably, was the fact that Kelly just steps off you. So for me, if we could have got 10 million, like I say, I'm not 100% sure of what the reports were. You said 6 to 8. I've seen 10. I would have took 10 million for Kelly, and people say to me, "Well, we've got nobody in cover." No, we've got Kraft coming back. We've got Fabian Shaw, obviously still there, and Lascelles, I believe, should be in and around back with us at the end of February, if the reports that you hear are right. So there is plenty of cover for the shortfall because it's the opportunities that 10 million that you get pure profit, or say 8 million pure profit, gives you. And again, it's wages. It just takes that wages out of the equation. So for me, I think it's a missed opportunity. Um, but if it was 6 to 8 million, considering he was worth 20 to 30 million, um, when we bought him, you don't drop off the scale that much. So again, this is what I said to you before. January's panic buy, and we don't need to be a team that goes out there and buys because we're panicking. We need to be out there and get a group together of players that we know does a job. Like I say, excuse me, Eddie's done an amazing job at getting this team together. So he's also obviously failed at certain points, if you like, because like I keep saying about Barnes, Anthony Gordon. I don't think anybody expected Anthony Gordon, um, being bought for the right side, would play better on the left hand side, which is obviously blocks Harvey Barnes his game time. But also, I go on that, and I ask myself, is the fact that every time Barnes has played, has he actually done or deserved of the slot? So I don't know, and that's what really bugs me, if I'm honest with you, because I look at it and I ask myself, if Barnes, again, we call it a super sub because obviously his performances off the bench has been amazing. His contributions, goals, and assists have been amazing from the bench, but he just doesn't seem to be able to produce that from the start. I think, you know, as much as we need depth in the squad, you can't afford to keep spending 40 million pounds on a player to sit on the bench. So for me, it was always a question why we did it. I understood the reasoning behind it, with Anthony Gordon playing right side and Harvey Barnes playing left side, but he was never that player for me, even at Leicester. So I still question it. Mark just said, totally agree with everything you've said, Gary, regarding Kelly. Thank you, matey. But amazing point. Like I say, I love getting feedback from you guys, because this is what makes this channel so good. And like I say, we are literally around about 10 minutes, 12 minutes by the clock that I've got on here, but 10 minutes. And the other thing, obviously, I wanted to just address while we've got a few minutes before the start of the game, guys. I will probably be delayed compared to you guys that are all watching it live on channel, if you are. So please, please, please try and keep it down in the chat if the goals go in before me. It just spoils it for everybody else. There's no banning on this channel, so I don't think we're going to ban you. But it's just to be being about courtesy and everything else. So if you could just be courteous to others, you'll probably see it actually on the scoreboard, because the scoreboard that Chris puts up, which is obviously set up from back home, is usually in front of me in England. So, like I say, you'll probably see it on the scoreboard before it actually happens on my screen anyway. So, but just like I say, just try and be courteous to everybody else that's in the chats. And again, it's an open channel. We literally love your opinions, but just be courteous to each other. And if you don't agree with the person that's made an opinion, then please, please, please don't go and make it look like they're shouting goal. Thanks, mate. Now I know even that's a bit too soon, buddy. So for me, like I say, have the banter if you want, but like I say, let's keep it friendly, because that's what this channel's all about. Have an opinion, but please, please, please keep it friendly. And like I say, just whether they weren't watching at the start, big shout out to Eileen and Alan that we met in the Granger Market today. Lovely couple of people. And again, it just proves, and this is a massive thank you to all that's out there in Viewerland, how we're growing as a channel, because now we are starting to be noticed when you walk down the street. I feel as important as Mighty Win. I understand where he's coming from now when he goes on his ventures, and he's having his hand shaken all the time. So, yeah, lovely, lovely, lovely touch. And like I say, it was lovely to meet you guys. So please, like I say, give us a thumbs up, everybody. We are a few minutes away from the from kickoff. It's just gone to an advert, so I'm just going to read a couple of more in the chat if I can, because like I say, Ben Southall saying it's bloody freezing at night in the East End. We're in the dark ages in the UK. Yeah, well, like I said, I think I thought it was nice and mild today. We went down by the monument with Chris and Betsy, and I found it absolutely amazingly warm today for it being in the January. I really did. The weather gods are certainly with the guys that have travelled, because it certainly isn't as cold as it has been. Um, what's Ron? Let's hope the Gunners lose. Yeah, let's just see, matey. Because like I say, all the results for me yesterday went for us. Again, I think score draws are worse than losses. If you look at our 5 draws, if we'd have lost 3 games and won 2, we'd have got more points. So like I say, we've just got to stop the draws and try and get the wins as much as we can. And like I say, sometimes people come away from getting a draw and thinking it's the best thing since sliced bread. But if it's been a negative game, then it just seems like a pointless exercise for me. Toon, I was brought up half a mile away from St James's Park. Wow, superb. Um, Stephen Harker, hi guys, Gary, see you in the next show. We're the lads, yes, absolutely. Today there's been a lot of stories here. We've done that one. What else has been out there? The American lads should do the stadium tour before they go. We'll make a great video for them to take back as well. Luke, I think there is some talk of, obviously, they've done the statues and the usual stuff. And I'm sure by the end of it, there'll be lots of places. The tour of the ground, we are talking about taking them to, like, some of the areas around Northumberland as well, so they get a good chance to have a real good look. And I think tomorrow they're doing the 7 bridges. I believe that's what they're doing, because Betsy, bless her, she is the photographic artist, as we've noticed today. She certainly knows how to get the right angle of all the photographs that she's been taking around the monument and the Granger Market. So I look forward to seeing them when she's developed them. What's he got there? Ron saying Betsy will have trouble with them too, merry men. Yeah, you're absolutely right. But they'll need somebody to keep them in tow, matey. Davey T, I'm more nervous of Chris than the game itself. We're the lads. Do it for him. Oh, superb, Davey. Thanks for that, buddy. What's this one? Morale NUFC. Will Chris be doing any more vids about his time in Newcastle? I'm sure he will. Like I said, he's putting 1 or 2 little bits and pieces together. But it's like everything, isn't it? Morale, when you come to the tune, you've got that much in your itinerary to try and do and try and get round. So like I say, it's just a case of doing what we can. And like I say, he's here for a week, so we'll try and fit in as much as he can. And like I say, I'm sure he'll be doing a couple of live streams. The biggest problem we have, obviously, with live streams is Wi-Fi, especially on match days. You get in and around the tune on match days, and Wi-Fi signals just disappear. Hence, like I say, the lads have been struggling in the bar, so they've had to come outside and get it. What's Mark just put there? It would be good to see you guys do a talk in the stack. Last night's show was fantastic, live from the Strawberry. Yeah, thanks, Mark. Again, yeah, I'd love to do it, and I'm sure the boys, but it's about getting permission. Sometimes the licenses and things like that just seem to get in the way. But we can ask the question, buddy. I'd love to have a go and do it, because, like I say, there's been, like, we always see Sky Sports and everybody in there, and there's the lads do it from the phone. But I'm not sure whether we'd be able to set up all of the electric gear without them needing some license of some description. It's different when you're just doing it from a phone. So we'll see. Japadone, Greg's. Once you pop, you can't stop. Let's hope Chris can't get to see more of Newcastle. Well, he's added his Greg's sausage roll. I think he Like I say, he had trouble getting into his hotel um, when he landed, so he had to go and have a look. Obviously, he had to have a pint. He went and had a Nuki Brown, and he went and tasted Greg's, which he really enjoyed. And today he's had proper fish and chips. We all went into the Granger Market and had proper fish and chips. So his culinary skills are obviously getting better. He wouldn't go as far as the peas pudding though, so I don't know why. V for Vendetta, he's saying away the lads, absolutely, buddy. Kenny W. Teams are in the tunnel. Oh yeah, it's still on an advert for me, Kenny. So it's I'm just waiting for them to come out. So again, enjoy the watch along. I am going to switch screens now and go on to the live match screen. And like I say, you'll see one or two things on the screen. They may update before it happens on my TV. Nothing I can do. So we'll just go with the flow, guys. And there we are. So you'll probably hear some ambient noise in the background again. That's not from the match. Just some ambient noise. Um, have a quick look at the teams and anything I can see. I'm just going to have a quick on. I had difficulty getting in his hotel. How big was the sausage roll? Well, yeah, that's absolutely true. It was the fact that he couldn't book into the room until 3 o'clock, and obviously his flight up here from London was a bit early, so the lads decided to go in the Strawberry, have a pint, and then go out for a sausage roll. So there you go. Flags are looking good. Yeah, I mean St James's Park on a night time, I think is awesome. It's probably, well, it is the best ground for me. And I've been to 72 out of the 90 odd that were in the league. And like I say, I still haven't. I haven't been to any of the newer grounds now. That's something that I love, the old style grounds. So like the new ones, I haven't really visited a lot of them. I certainly haven't done West Ham because I hate that ground at the best of times. So I wouldn't do that one unless somebody was willing to give me a ticket. Then I'd probably do it. He had one in the airport. Wynn gave him one. He must have liked it and went for a second. Yeah, lads are coming out onto the hallowed turf. You see, Wolves are playing in all gold rather than gold and black. So it's going to be an interesting one. For some unknown reason, SofaScore got them down as wearing black shirts. They're away shirts, which I didn't expect them to be wearing. Just having the handshakes in the middle. Rafa Jekyll saying Isaac scores today. Well, like I said, he'll be amazing. We're starting to break all these records now, and like I said, it's phenomenal to think that this lad scores for fun at the minute. But I was more concerned, if I'm honest, with the fact that our midfield. When you look at the lads that are potentially, like Barnes is out now, and everybody was worried about Barnes being out. But when you've got the likes of Willock that can play out on the left-hand side, we all know that J7 can play out on the left-hand side. We seem to have a lot of cover. I'm not saying it's the quality that you want, but there does seem to be a lot of cover now across the park. The one area of concern for me, and always will be, is the centre of the midfield, because I don't want us to shuffle too many players around. So let's see. Fingers crossed we don't get any injuries. So let's just go through the teams again. So obviously Dubravka, Livramento, Botman, Byrne, Hall, Gimenez, Tonali, Joe Linton, Murphy, Isaac and Gordon for Newcastle, Sarr, Agbadou, Bueno, Doherty, Gomez, Andre Gomez, Ait Nouri, Wang, Guedes and Larson for Wolves. So like I say, strong in names, but not very strong when it comes to performances. So it'll be interesting to see where we do today. And it still looks like they've got Emmanuel Agbadou on the left side of the centre of the three, which again is strange for me because he looked really ordinary. So Eddie and Pierre are just having a bit of a handshake now, just waiting for everything to come on. So again, apologies if you guys are chatting in the background because, like I say, I'll be watching the screen up on the wall. So apologies to anybody that makes comment to me now, because I won't be doing too much of the chat. If the lads are the right attitude, I'm just trying to get vendettas there. If the lads have the right attitude, then yes, it will be tough. Quality should shine through. Well, that's been the big thing for me. But it's been the way we've managed games and managed teams that oppose us. So yeah, Queenie's so good of you. Please support the channel. Hit the thumbs up for us. Subscribe. It's kickoff time, guys. Come on, away the lads. Wolves to kick off. Playing in the all gold, like I say. Just waiting for Mr. England to blow his whistle. Starting to dry up a little bit now, so I'm just going to wet my whistle. And we're off. We've gone again long. Wolves have gone long straight away. Try and hit the forward line. Headed clear by Newcastle, just in line with the penalty area, so it's a throw into Wolves. A little bit of a tussle down that left side for Wolves, right back for Newcastle. The ball comes all the way across, and it's Bueno all the way back to Saar, just trying to keep hold of the ball. And like I say, Wolves have come out with some intent, I must admit, in these first couple of seconds. So not just trying to hold it against, hold the ball up, they're just trying to knock it forward every time they have the opportunity. He took a risk there, Bueno. From the, tried to play the ball through to Wang, who luckily bounced just in front of him. Tino now to Tonali up on that right hand side. Tonali's looking up just to get some support, plays it to Murphy, who plays a lovely ball into the centre circle, where J7 obviously taking a little bit of a wing. He's come out to Anthony Gordon now, who goes inside, a little ball in towards Isaac, who flicks it towards J7. And the linesman's put his flag up for a offside. Very close, actually. All went in quite sharpish to Isaac, and he made a lovely little. I mean, that's not that open. I mean, he was offside, to be fair. Chris Allen saying that he fancies Gordon to score. So yeah, I mean, I think he's when the cameraman flipped drunk. Yeah, well, we could do with Wynn being the cameraman there today. He'd probably get some better shots of Newcastle. There we saw again. He's headed the ball and it's come to Larson. Out to Guedes. Again, some nice little gives and goes in nice little pockets of space for Wolves. Newcastle again, just getting the shape. It's 4-5-1 that Eddie Howe likes. Just allowing Wolves to keep the ball in front of them. Agbadou out to Nate Nuri, and again just trying to keep hold of the ball. No pressure off Newcastle at all at the minute. Thanks, Chris. Top channel, my favourite. Thank you ever so much. Chris Allen's there. He's like I say, buddy, if you could just give us a share, hit the likes. Ball comes into the box from Wolves, and it's cleared again by Lewis Hall. Good on his toes there. And Wolves just trying to vie off the challenge. Anthony Gordon closes down, and again, Guedes has a bit of a slip at the wrong time. Comes out to Anthony Gordon, who gets a bit of a literally tap on the top of the shoe, and he goes down. Gomez and Guedes a bit of Gomez especially. He tries to draw the player on and try and beat the player. So he's certainly one to watch. He's got some tricky feet. Gomez. It's going to be difficult because there's two Gomezes for Wolves, J Gomez and R Gomez. So if you hear Gomez, it's one of them. Anthony Gordon now. Oh, he's lost that one in a tricky situation. Picked it up from Guedes now out to Gomez. Gomez tries to hit the box. it's a flash shot at the edge of the box there that he missed times. Wolves are just backing off a little bit here. Newcastle. Wolves pinned us back onto the edge of the box. Guedes now, left-footed, in swinging in towards the box, headed clear by Burns, and it's just literally again it bit of a sloppy starter if I must. Aitnuri with the throw-in. Driven ball across to the far stick that Lewis Hall is going out to close down. Gomez now inside to Guedes. Lots of movement from the Wolves team. Playing very well. Definitely trying to pin us back with the high press, but that's again this Agbadou was saying looks really uncomfortable on this left-hand side, left-hand centre back. Tries to play a simple ball, and just kicks it out for a throw-in. About 10-15 yards inside the Newcastle half. But again, no pressure on the lad. That's the area that I would really be trying to concentrate on. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Brant. Wolves are playing very well at the minute, buddy. Anyway, let's get on with it. So we are now in Lewis Hall, moving up into the Wolves half on this left-hand side. Anthony Gordon again does what he does best, and that's hug that touch line into J7, into Bruno. Bruno plays it inside, tries to get Tino involved. It falls to Murphy. Murphy lets go with the left foot, and it's saved by Sarr. Pushed wide, so it's away from any black and white shirt at the time, but great shot with his left foot from Murphy there. Out back to Burn on the halfway line. Tonali now just advances the ball from the centre circle. Just again, there's no pressure on him from Wolves. He's just allowed to move into the grass. And then Jacob Murphy tries to thread that little ball through to Isaac again, like he did so well against Arsenal. And again, the ball's just kicked out for a throw into Newcastle. Panic, Mr. Mandarin. Nice little effort there from Jacob Murphy. Dipping just before Sarr, just before the keeper get it. So it literally makes it more difficult to get down to. So he did really well. Back to Botman and Byrne. Out to Lewis Hall. Again, always available. For me, like I say, he's been a breath of fresh air for Newcastle this season. Him and Byrne has been absolutely phenomenal. And when you've got the defensive prowess as we've got, it's lovely to see Botman back, and he's only going to get stronger. When you've got a forward line that's scoring goals and a midfield that are linking up play between the defence and the forward line, I mean, like I say, it's just controlling the game so differently now. Botman just keeps it nice and safe, and he throws it all the way back to Dubravka. Wolves just standing off. Again, no real pressure on the ball. Oh, Dad. There was me saying that, and he goes and throws a ball just in front of Guedes that he played out to Lewis Hall. He wasn't far away from intercepting that. So Gordon on one of his mazy little runs on the inside, but again tries to just push the ball through to Isaac, who was a little bit on his heels, and it's again turned over to Wolves. Back to Sarr. Has a touch, plays it out towards Aitnuri on that left-hand side. Again, Wolves now just trying to work from the back, long boot forward, try and get Guedes and Larson involved. Picked up by Hall on the inside left position, into Bruno now into the centre circle. Plays it out to Tino on the right-hand side. Back to Bruno. Tino back to Botman now. Again, like it just about management and the way we control the game. I say 9 minutes on the screen, and I'm only 8 yet on the channel, behind by about 2 minutes. Yeah, that's what I said, mate. It's going to be the one up the top there. 10 minutes is, like I say, far too in front of me. So if anything happens, like I say, that's going to be the one that tells us well before I do anyway. A drilled ball across in towards the Isaac, but again it just misdirected from Lewis Hall. You can see what he was trying to do, but it was just too direct, if you like. There was no curve on the ball to slow it down or to the ball to check. So it goes all the way through to Jose Sarr. Now we've got 9 minutes on the clock here, so we are still 0-0. All the way back to Dubravka, but again, this is exactly what I expected from Wolves. Was for them to, although Bruno just managed to get it out to Hall, but again, Guedes doesn't give him any opportunities or time on that ball there. Dubravka's just looking for a way out, plays it simple to Botman, who goes out to Tino. And like I say, Wolves are stepping up really well here, trying to win the ball back as high as they possibly can. When we try and pass it around ourselves at the back, what Wolves are doing is in and around the centre circle. Wolves are just stepping off us, letting us have us around there, but around our back line where we're in the box, there seems to be a lot more closing down in and around that area. Good tackle from Byrne there, and it's let Gordon go, who unfortunately was tackled by Guedes. Tonali plays a great ball into Murphy. Murphy's just tussling, gets onto the byline, draws the ball back towards the penalty spot, but again it's cut out by a gold shirt. The Wolves try and clear the ball quickly. It's been given back to Newcastle, just inside the Wolves half. Up to Bruno now. Bruno looking for the outlet, plays it into Isaac. His first touch out towards Murphy wasn't good. And again, Wolves come away with the ball, but great recovery run from Tino there. Saw the danger, just gets a toe on it, and Botman gives it all the way back to Dubs. And then it, again, nice movement from J7, and that's an unlucky ball from Bruno through to Isaac. It was just too straight, too much meat on the bone, if you like. The ball goes all the way through to Jose Sarr. But again, you can see the intent is to get the ball forward really quickly, but in a controlled manner. It does sound loud tonight, matey, there, from what I saw, or what I could hear when I had the volume up. But like I say, the noise that you have on the channel, if you're listening to the channel, is just some background chants and stuff like that going on. Just to give some ambient noise. Again, just losing. Again, for me, it's about having that patience. I think sometimes we can try and hit the front man too quick, and we just seem a little bit off the pace a little bit when it comes to that movement up top. I'm hoping we grow into the game a little bit more. So Weng now has just gone down under a Tonali challenge, but again, referee says thank you very much, and now Weng's now trying to get up. So Isaac's trying to get behind Agbadoing now, and it does well there, to be fair. Just hadn't got enough pace on that ball, unfortunately, to get the ball past Agbadou. But he did well. I'll give him credit, because, like I say, he was the one that I thought we could probably get at potentially and get something from it. There's a chance here. Oh, he just gets pulled right across the box. Ooh, that was. I mean, again, you've got to see that's virtually come from our own mistake. When goes into the box, just pulls the ball back. It gets deflected from Botman, and it goes through Hall's legs, and it's a shot literally back across from Guedes, who unfortunately, I'll say fortunately for us, he pulls it wide. But it was an opportunity, or at least half a chance there, that he failed to put on target. And that's if I have an area of concern for Dubs, it's down to that right hand side, and we saw that. Like I say, we saw that it was evident when we saw it against Bromley. Anything put into that right hand corner, Dubs seems to struggle with. So Newcastle again, just building from the back onto the halfway line, just with Botman and Byrne. Tonali comes to say thank you. I'll have a little bit of that. Nice play. Just breaks the line there, and it gives J7 time to turn. He's got Murphy on the outside of him. Murphy plays that first time ball. Oh! That was nearly a great goal for Isaac to get on the end of. Lovely movement again. Like I said, it was just breaking them lines. Beautiful ball into the... oh, he's offside. I can't believe that for a second, referee. I'd like to see that again. He looked like he was well onside. So Murphy wasn't offside. Oh, yeah, he was, I suppose. So Isaac was just in front of the back line, so it would have been ruled out anyway, even though he didn't score. Yeah, offside, boys. Hello, Donald Baines. I haven't seen your name again before. Hi all. Nearly a chance there for Wolves. Yeah, it was absolutely, buddy. Like I said, we've got to be on our mettle because they're just lumping the balls forward, and we all know that Wang, or Wang, however you pronounce it, will run for all day, every day, and just bring the ball back into a danger zone for Wolves to pick up anything from. Agbadou now drives the ball out of play. Like I said, that's the strength that he seems to have. He's a very confident young boy, but he just doesn't seem to have the ability to do all the tasks that he tries to do. So, again, sloppy ball from Newcastle into the centre circle. With a couple of these challenges, these 50-50s seem to go into Wolves' feet at the minute. So we just need to be a little bit aware of that, because these are the times where they could actually get in behind us. And just volleyed clear towards Aït-Nouri, who picks it up. Brings it back to Gomez. This is Jay Gomez in the centre, one of their anchoring midfielders. And Doherty now down the right-hand side to Guedes. Larson's not really been involved in this first 20 minutes, to be fair. 15 minutes, I should say, not 20. Again, it's a bit sloppy. That's the word I'm going to use. It's just a little bit bitty at the moment. There's no quality in the side, and like I say, Wolves are just spoiling it a little bit from trying to get to the ball, and the 50 ball just seems to be bouncing away from us a little bit. Let's get the ball inside from Bruno into Tonali. Tonali straight away gets it into Murphy. Murphy again, one touch out of his feet, and all he can see was Isaac in the box. And he tries to feed Isaac in, but again, he's just a little bit too close. Not enough pace on the ball, and it goes through to Sarr in goal for Wolves. A lot of little battles in the middle. Yeah, you're absolutely right, and it doesn't seem, like I say, it's just bitty. It doesn't seem as though there's any control of the game at the moment from Newcastle. Tonali now plays the ball out to Murphy. Murphy sees Tino running on. Tino, well done, Murphy. Gets the ball back from a sloppy Wolves pass. He comes inside. He tries to play Tino in the byline. Again, he's offside though this time, I think. Tino's delivery into the box is, if there's a critic, that's where he really struggles. He just doesn't seem to be able to dig a ball out for a decent cross. It's just offside going into that corner. Edio and Jason Tyndall just having a word. Trying to work something out. Again, Wolves go long, looking for their against. There's no look at that ball whatsoever. The ball's fallen calmly to Anthony Gordon, who tackles the referee, goes around a couple of the Wolves players. Again, Bruno gets challenged, and the ricochet goes straight to a gold shirt, which seems to be the norm at the minute. Everything that's ricocheting is going straight to a Wolves player. Gomez now. And this is Jay Gomez, the midfielder. They're just trying to keep the shape, and Bueno and Doherty tries to play the ball down to Guedes. Shane Larson runs into the box, onto the edge of the box. He's been challenged by it's Botman. Ball goes into the box, back step. Weng's trying to keep it in play, but it goes out for a Newcastle goal kick. again, it's all rushed from the Wolves players. It's all a little bit too quick. Everything's being played in front of them, trying to hit the front men really quick. And again, it's trying to unbalance and unsettle us a little bit. But again, it's all about just keeping it controlled and trying to build again from the back. Botman just dinks the ball over the top towards Isaac. Isaac tries to play in Murphy, but again, that 50-50 ball. At the minute, we've 57 to 43% possession in Newcastle's favour. Agbadou now. Bueno. Doherty. Doherty's turned by Anthony Gordon's presence, and he brings it back to Sol. Sol looks up, plays the ball long again, looking out for Larson. Bird now to up the field towards Anthony Gordon. I don't know when he was playing that. He played a drilled ball into Tonali. J7 turns. Gordon tries to feed in Alexander Isak. Dan Burn then decided to be a left winger up on that left wing. Decided to have a little bit of a run. Yeah, last night's scores were good to us, buddy. I'm hoping we can have a few more results that go our way today. One being our own, obviously. Little push from Larson there into the back of Botman. Nothing, no clear chances. Oh, I'm going to cough, excuse me. I've still got this terrible tickle in the back of my throat. You can tell I'm on the hard stuff, can't you? Gordon down the side now, down the left-hand side. Isak comes short, but Gordon again carries on his little run. Feeds the ball into Bruno. Bruno shoulders, but again, muscled out by 3 gold shirts. Again, that Wang, he's just full of running. He just wants to run with the ball, doesn't matter where he goes. Just trying to get involved with that ball. Some lovely movement from Anthony Gordon now, this first 20 minutes. Gordon again driving towards the box. Looking to get it onto his left foot. But again, he's just, I think, indecision. These are these moments that seem to be breaking us at the minute. Every time like there was a cracking opportunity for Gordon just to drive the ball into a crowded penalty area and see what we can pick up. But he just looked like he was in two minds, whether to try and get it on his right foot or actually use his left foot, go to the byline and whipping the ball back in. So, there with the goal kick. Goal short. Bueno. Again, so just one thing in mind, and that's to try and hit Larson, but it's gone too long. It's gone all the way through to Dubs, who's sweeping at the moment, just outside the Newcastle penalty area. Comes towards Tonali. Tonali's just literally, jogging round. The intensity from that middle of the park, that's nearly a cracking ball. Again, it's a percentage ball that again picked up from Wolves, but Lewis Hall picks the ball back up again. Has time to turn, runs up towards the goal. To the penalty box now. He tries to drive a ball in, but again, I'm going to say it, and I don't want to keep saying it, but Isak, to me, at this present moment in time, he's running between two goal sticks. Needs to be a little bit more movement, I think. Murphy drives one into the far post. And Isak's managed to keep it in. Isak tries to drill the ball in towards Bruno, but unfortunately it was blocked. Again, Murphy had all the time in the world there, had a real good opportunity and a great swing. Again, made Sarr work. Murphy again, driving towards the box. Gives the ball out to Tino. Come on, Tino, get something in the... Plays the ball on the floor to Bruno. Bruno on the edge of the box, plays it back out to Murphy. Murphy to Tonali. Tonali just asking for a little give and go. Nice little chip over the top for Murphy to try and get onto, but it's cleared by Nuri just for a Newcastle throw. But that was so close for being a goal there from Murphy. Saar just managed to get his fingertips on it, and the ball again goes. I say his fingertips. It was more the bottom of the palm of his hand. Bruno now circulates the ball back towards Dan Burn. Dan Burn out to Lewis Hall. And Newcastle, like I say, definitely grown into this game now. More on the ascendancy now. Into J7 on the edge of the D. A little bit of a tackle and a tussle. Comes back to J7. He feeds the ball out to Gordon. Again, block shot from Anthony Gordon. Gets a little bit of a tap on the top of the foot there. Guedes now makes a run with Dan Burn towards the box. He goes down. The referee says no, play on. Nothing happening there. Like Dan Burn had got a little bit of him, if I'm honest with you. But I'll take it. Bruno out to Murphy. Murphy with the ball into the box. It's fallen to J7 and Isaac on the edge of the box, but it's cleared. Just literally last-ditch attempts of clearing the ball, because, like I say, we are so much in the driving seat now. Guedes just holding the back of his calf. There's a little bit of a coming together with him and Gordon. I think Anthony Gordon was slightly offside when he had that go at goal, so that probably wouldn't have counted. It was a really last-ditch challenge there from Agbadou. He, like I say, left a little bit on him, but just had a look at the replay again, and it definitely doesn't look like there was much happening with Guedes. Matt Doherty has just been shown the yellow card for verbal, I think. I didn't see much in any challenge. It must be something he said to the referee. Is there an invisible shield over their goal? I think you're absolutely right, Mighty. It seems as if we get so far, we're knocking on the door, but there doesn't seem to be a way through the bloody thing at the minute. Tino out to Murphy. Murphy inside to Bruno. Bruno looks up and he's trying to have something to feed from. Plays it back out to Tino. Back to Bruno. Fizzed in towards Tonali, but again, straight away muscled out by Agbadou. A couple of deflections off I thought that was a Newcastle throw, but it's a Wolves throw, but it's been given to Newcastle. Tonali now, just inside the Wolves half. Burn. Hotman. Again, when we advance up the park, Wolves just literally just do the low block, mid to low block, and just see if we can work through it. And at the minute, we've struggled. Agbadou with an overhead clearance. Botman and Larson is having a right tussle there between the two of them. Tonali picks the ball up from Botman. Runs into the centre circle, totally unchallenged. Allowed to come on and advance. Lewis Hall seems to have the freedom of Newcastle. He turns inside. Gets himself a little bit of space, but again, it's the wrong option, the wrong ball. I don't know what Larson was doing there, because he had all the time in the world to control that. Anyway, back to Burn. Lewis Hall. Tonali. Bruno. I think it's more them keeping us out, if I'm honest with you, and trying to pick up anything on the break. At this present moment in time, they've got a bank of 5 at the back, 5-4-1, and like I say, with Ait Nuri coming in to support that back line. Try to give a nice give and go there with Isaac and Murphy, but pass was blocked. But it's still with Newcastle, with Dan Burn now on this left side. Plays it to Gordon, who again goes inside into the centre circle. More touch there from Tino, but again, lots of time around the ball for him to get the ball back. Jacob Murphy now comes inside. Again, he's just looking for lots of movement in front of them, but because Wolves are so negative, if you like, and just blocking all the passing channels, and I understand it. It's exactly what Newcastle do to a lot of teams. And in their current position, it's a give and go with Bruno and Isaac. Bruno driving towards the edge of the box. Comes out to Gordon. Gordon shoots. Deflected wide for a corner to Newcastle in the 29th minute. Yeah, Wolves are literally throwing all the bodies in front of this ball, I must admit. They're blocking every opportunity we have going forward. Lewis Hall now with the in-swinger. First corner of the game for Newcastle. Didn't really get over the first man. Weng then just tries to clear. Oh, that was never a free kick, referee. And Guedes just seems to want to go down the drop of a hat. I mean, there was no contact at all from Lewis Hall. He did stop the ball. Guedes tried to drag it back. Lewis Hall literally goes for the challenge, but he was nowhere near him. And remember the weekend, it's a 12:30 kickoff on Saturday, and we've got Bournemouth at St James's Park, 12:30 kickoff. So we'll be live online around about 11:30. Burn now up to Lewis Hall. Lewis Hall's looking for a way out. He sees Anthony Gordon, but again, Doherty's giving him no time whatsoever. Well, we're just trying to be too clever in front of goal. Lose the ball, and Bruno now into the Wolves half. Lovely ball out to Isak. Isak comes in onto his right shot. Oh, just off the post from Alexander Isak. Wow. He comes inside onto his strong foot. Isak then zips it onto the near post. Obviously trying to look at the eyes, give the keeper the eyes, saying that I'm going far post. But literally a drop of his shoulder, and he just glances the edge of the post. Lovely ball from Bruno, to be fair, to split the defence. Yeah, just a shame. Really, really good opportunity again. Chris saying it's coming. Yeah, you're right, matey. I think it is coming. Wolves now bring it out. Agbadou down on that left. He's proving me wrong up to yet, this lad. I said he would be the one that I would target, and it looks like Newcastle definitely targeting that right-sided, their left side, a little bit more this game, because we see him a lot more balanced. Usually being over dominant on the left-hand side and then feeding in the right-hand side, even though, like I say, it probably is been Murphy who's looked like scoring more often than anybody else in the park. Tino now with the throw-in, just inside the Newcastle half. Murphy back to Dan Burn. Out to Lewis Hall. Gordon. Give and go with Lewis Hall, but again, he's not having an inch of space, Anthony Gordon. Again, them trying to bring the ball forward as quick as they possibly can. Lose the ball again. Botman now to Tonali. Tonali just looking for movement in front of him, but again, there's that gold wall that seems to be stopping any forward movement of the ball. Bruno now comes inside. Up to Tino, who played inside right position. He plays it out to Murphy, gives it give and go. Tino now running towards the byline, but Agbadou now just blocks him, turns away from Tonali and Tino. And they go long to clear the ball, but only to Dan Burn. J7 now out to Lewis Hall. Lewis Hall plays the ball short to J7 again, who goes outside to Anthony Gordon. Anthony Gordon's first touch tonight just seems to be letting him down at times, and it's just allowing Wolves to get the ball back at every opportunity. Just seems, like I say, trying to do too much too soon. It's a poor ball from Weng to try to bring in, but Murphy again just jinxes, bringing the ball up towards the halfway line. Sees Anthony Gordon, but he plays it out square. Anthony Gordon just runs past it. Allows Isak to pick the ball up and run towards the box. Going towards the corner box. Isak now tries to play in. Gordon falls lovely to Isak. Isak shoots, and it's a goal. 1-0 to Newcastle. Get in. Isaac. Well done, son. I thought the opportunity had gone. I really did think the opportunity had gone then. He tried to feed in Gordon, but the deflection comes straight back to him, and it just seemed to go in slow motion. And even the shot, it wasn't a powerful shot into the corner, but it totally flat-footed Josie Sarr in goal for Wolves. But there you go. Isaac again. Murphy did superbly well to bring that ball out. I think the ball was for Anthony Gordon, but he just seemed to leave it. And then Isaac then just on a full pelt run towards the Wolves defenders. There was a deflection that fell straight back to him. He was just inside the D, and it was a miss-hit to me. It didn't hit this clean. Oh, it was a deflection. That's why I said it looked as though it was in slow motion. It was deflected. Off Nuri, of all players. But it doesn't matter how they come, matey. I'll have them all. But you're absolutely right. Deflected, Kenny. That was exactly what I've just seen. I've just witnessed. Well, there you go. 1-0 to Newcastle. Come on. Hopefully now they'll open the floodgates. Let the boys that have travelled all this way, all the black and white scarves and all the flags flying away. Need 2 more and I'll be happy, says Brandt. Mate, I'd like to see half a dozen. Even though I've only set it to 2-0 today, but I think that I could be wrong there. Again, lovely little movement. Murphy trying to get in Anthony Gordon, but it's just a little bit overhit there for Anthony Gordon. I can see his intent was to try and drill the ball out to that left-hand side from the right-hand side. Wolves now. Gomez just trying to get the gold shirts towards him. Throws it down towards Larson. And again, nothing happening in that forward line for Wolves. Like I say, they're trying to pick bits off and scrambling for everything, but doesn't seem to be doing a lot. And just as I say that, my stream has ended for some unknown reason. So we again pick the ball up, and Isaac running with the ball. I have lost everything at the moment, so bear with me. I am doing my best to reroute it. Don't know why it's gone off. Yep. The Wolves try to come away down the right hand side, but J7 with a really strong tackle to Gomez. Gomez is saying to Larson, who's playing up front, and he's not actually giving them any support whatsoever. Screaming at him to come close to him so he can play the ball off. There's a right tussle in the middle there between Andre and J7. You can imagine what the Brazilians are like on each team, can't you? They must be having a right chatter to each other. Come on, Anderson Rose. Only sing when you're winning. Have you never been to SJP before? The lads never stop singing. Yeah, joyous for the Americans to take it in the match. Crowd in full voice, absolutely, buddy. So it goes long again. Trying to pick out Wang, but again, Towers above him, a nice give and go. I thought Tino was going to go on a run there, but again, last ditch challenge just takes the ball away from him. Newcastle are currently on 34 points, which takes us to 4th in the league. So jump one again, if we can keep it at this score, I'd be more than happy. That's, again, a really poor ball from Andre. Just played it into no man, but he recovers to a degree, then gives the ball straight back to Tonali. Referee Darren England is given a foul hit to somebody. Who's the challenge on Andre. He's just pulled the game back. Wolves now got a free kick just on the edge of the box. No advantage signal from the ref. Who can pull it back? Yeah, exactly. I mean, I suppose you could say there was close to actually losing the ball there, but you're right. I like to see the game flow. Well done, Botman. Well done. Bruno gets a tap on the ankles there, and gets up with it and plays straight. Tino in. Tino plays it into the middle, but again it's just a little bit too flighty, and Jose Sarr was able to catch. He goes long again looking for Larson, but Dan Burn's going to eat them all day, every day. Lewis Hall, nice little jink, plays it inside to Tonali. Tonali into the centre circle, plays it square again to Tino. Tino going out to the right-hand side, inside to Bruno. Bruno out to Murphy. Murphy to Tino. Ball falls back towards Bruno, who tries to feed in Isaac, who was on the edge of the D there, waiting for that sniper strike. Hall to Isaac, back to Hall. Out again. This is what I love about Anthony Gordon. He hugs this touchline down on the left-hand side, and he pulls opposition all the way, and makes people come and challenge. Isaac, and just gifting a foul to Gomez for Wolves. Again, it's it's bitty. I'm not saying it's quality, but we've it's up to Wolves now, isn't it, to create something? And at this present moment in time, with the tactic that obviously has been set out by this Piera, doesn't seem to be doing very well for them, because all of the big balls down towards Larson and Peng. I mean, I'm looking at this Larson's body language now, and I'll tell you something now. He'd be off for me. This Strand Larson. I like him. I think he's a good player, but his body language is not. He's not a happy boy. Hall and Gordon down this left-hand side. England's future, just keeping hold of the ball. Deflected cross has come back to us. So again, Hall back to Tonali. Tonali again, just looking for some movement. It's quite flat in front of him, and it's just training triangles, if you like, and nothing of any stature. Just playing it simple. Botman out to Murphy. All the Wolves players now are again trying to keep that shape. It's only when it comes to Dan Burn, and it seems to be a little bit more of a press on them. Hall just tries to play a ball down into the channel for Isaac to run onto, but probably a little bit too much meat on that one. And again, I don't know why, but we seem to be under-hitting or over-hitting standard passes, if you like. So Chapadoni, I think it's exciting, terrifying, but exciting. Wolves are playing well. I think they're poor, mate, to be fair. They're scrapping for everything, I'll give you that. They are scrapping for absolutely anything that Newcastle can give them as a chance here. Guedes has just got in behind Lewis Hall he cuts it back to Strand Larson. Ooh, oh my days, we were lucky. We were absolutely lucky on that one. Quality ball down the side, actually. It's the first time that they'd got in behind us. And it was just pumped down the field. And Lewis Hall has a little slip. Guedes gets in behind him. He looks up, plays a ball back towards the edge of the box. And it literally falls so nicely to Strand Larson to get a strike on a goal on that bottom left-hand post, or the right-hand post for the keeper. And it just glances off the post and goes wide. So lucky there, if I'm honest. Yeah, Anthony Gordon's tussling and fighting for anything, but again, nothing's really coming or falling his way at the minute. Yeah, you're right, buddy. Deep breath and exhale for that one. Yikes! Yeah, absolutely, mate. Gordon has lost possession. I think he's trying too hard. It just seems to me as if he's trying to make things happen rather than allow things to happen, and he's probably trying to do too much on his own. So only picks up a sloppy pass there, and again he runs purposeful down that left-hand side. He plays the ball inside to J7. J7 locks and loads. Ooh, just over the bar from J7. Lovely work from Tonali, to be fair. Great ball inside. I mean, again, driven in towards him. He's got time to get it out of his feet, and just as he's going to literally pull the trigger, he's closed down by a couple of the gold shirts. Just couldn't keep his head over the ball, and the ball goes a couple of feet over. But again, good intent shown by Newcastle. So it goes long again. It's been a bit of a coming together between Larson and Byrne. The ball eventually comes out to Gordon. Gordon again steps inside, tries to do a lot himself, but he doesn't really need to. There was players for him to pass on to, but he's managed to get out the ball out to T now. Murphy looks up, plays the ball, a drifted ball out to the back stick. Everybody's just allowing it to go, but Isaac, he's kept it in play. I think he's kicked it out for a goal kick, though, to be fair. Tried to be a bit too clever there, Isaac, with that one. Players run into him. Gomez trying to close him down and plays it inside rather than just tries waiting or hoping for a deflection or a gimme from the referee, but didn't come our way. Yeah, it's been frustrating to a degree with our players doing, like I say, not doing the simple stuff. I think if we can, we've certainly got the ability with the quality of the players on the ball. We're up onto the 2 minutes now in added time. I can't understand why we are rushing or trying to race things rather than give and goes, because they do seem very flat balls and very square on at the back. Again, Dan Byrne, bit of a dodgy ball in front of Botman, but he manages to cover. And these are the things that you've got to be careful of, isn't it? Because a simple slip, and these guys will punish you. They're the type of team that will punish you. Anything that you give them. Referees just pulled that one up for again, bloody Gomez going down. Every time he gets a challenge, this lad, he seems to hit the floor. He spends more time on the bloody floor than he does. Oh, it's Guedes, not Gomez. Number 29. Come on, there was nothing in that. I mean, J7's a unit, we know he is, but there was hardly any bloody movement in that. Yeah, you're right, Kenny. Wolves have missed 3 good chances, but 2 sitters, if I'm honest. Should have at least scored one of them, I would have thought, on the day. Well, if you're going to win games like this, you've got to take them chances. That's the way I look at it. Yeah, Murphy's playing well. Yeah, I totally agree. Ball comes in. There's a bit of a chance here. Oh, there's a shoulder. Oh, Isaac. Oh, Jesus, on Guedes again, who we all know likes to hit the floor. Well done. And Random Access is gifted a membership. Thanks, Random. I'm just going to have a quick look at who that's gone to. And Al Stevenson. There you go. Al Stevenson. Al Stapleton has been gifted a membership from Random Access. So thank you so much, Random, and welcome along, Al Stapleton. Again, another name I don't recognise, so you're more than welcome. But like I say, give Random a thumbs up for me, and do us a favour, and like I say, just smash them like buttons if you wouldn't mind. Free kick Newcastle out on the right hand side. And Kenny saying all the other games at the minute are goalless. That'll do for me. Anthony Gordon and Lewis Hall out over this free kick. Lewis Hall drifts it in towards the near post. It comes out to Tonali. Tonali has a shot. Oh, it's just deflected wide. Wow, right on the end. That could have been nice. I think that's half time. Yeah, it is. So that's it, the end of the first half. Newcastle 1, Wolves 0. Both sides have had some chances. That was smashed in towards, just looking at the replay there, smashed in towards J7 in from Tonali. He got no chance of getting away from that. What's your thoughts on the game? It's been, for me, it's been like spoilt. If I'm honest, I think Wolves have done a lot of tracking, a lot of hard work, trying to get something happening. But again, it's more of a fact that, you know, they're feeding from our sloppy play, if you like. I think we've done a lot of work with the ball that we didn't need to, a lot of running with the ball that we didn't need to. We had chances of passing the ball, and what we've done is made the decision of going and making a run rather than passing the ball. Sometimes it's been to our detriment because the chance has gone to progress the ball when they've done that. But again, we're winning. I'm afraid that our dominance and only a 1-goal advantage to show will be punished by Wolves, says Vendetta. Well, they've had 2 really good opportunities, mate. They've hit the post twice. So we know that these guys can create. Are we at that situation of, thanks, Boki. Lovely comment, my friend. And like I said, guys, we have got the post-match. The lads will be doing, or trying to get on at some point. What we're going to probably try and do, though, just to allow things to settle down, it probably won't be directly straight after the match, because obviously the lads that are watching, they've gone to the live game, Chris and Win, will need time to get into the pub. I think they're going to try and set something up in there, and then literally what we'll do is it'll probably be 15 minutes or so. I'm not sure what Chris has got set up for the post-match. And then once the match is over, I will drop the feed on here. There'll probably be about a 10-15 minute delay, and then we'll do the direct post-match. So please, like I say, I'll throw it out there. Thanks, Jan, for your lovely comments, buddy. I'll throw it out there for everybody then to obviously come on board, join us, and give us your opinions on the game. Having a quick look at some of your comments. Good first half. Gordon looks off, can't string a pass and loses the ball far too much, says Mansell. Yeah, we've just been saying exactly that, buddy. It seems really strange that people are making that decision to actually run with the ball rather than use it. And it does get a little bit frustrating. Queenie, thank you so much, my darling, for your very, very kind donation and your gift. And again, you know, I can only thank you. I'm doing this because I love you guys, and I also love the tunes. So for me, this is a pleasure. But like I say, it goes a lot. That literally just goes towards us making the content. We don't get nothing for this. Like I say, it's just great work. Oh, look at that. Great work, Gary. You don't sound 100% respect on that. You do. Yeah, mate, still struggling, getting over the flu. Still feel a little bit weak. Hence, I'm on the strong stuff, which is water. And the lads are all on the beer. So, respect to them, I suppose. Yeah, so we're at half-time, boys and girls, and bairns and lassies, whichever way you want to go. Thanks, Michael, for again, your kind comments. All appreciating, my friend. Like I say, for me, it literally is, like I say, a pleasure to do this with you guys. I love your feedback. Like I said, if nobody knows, I was involved in football 28 years ago. Got them in badges and everything else, and then was told because I'd never played professional, I wouldn't make it as a coach. So I disappeared away from football for a long time, and it's been lovely to come back in. Random, you are an absolute star. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, great commentary. Yeah, apologies for the way I sound, because like I say, I probably sound better in the tunes advert than I do actually in the live commentary. But it is what it is, and I'm doing my best. But I have to keep waiting my whistle, because it does get a little bit dry and a little bit tickly. Yeah, Ron's there. Toon. We are united. We are indeed. And you know that the one thing that I said to Chris that you probably won't understand is the friendliness. You know, always feels like home to me when I come north of the Scotch corner, and I have this little feeling in my tummy. And like I said, being born in Monksheaton, and then obviously spending majority of my life in and around the Midlands with my parents. I've still got family up here that I visit every year 2 or 3 times. It still feels like home. And for me, like I said, I wanted Chris to feel some of that today. I wanted him to feel some of that love, some of the respect that we've had from, like I say, people in and around the marketplace, around the Grade G, around the monument, has been outstanding. And that, goes to everybody. That's Geordie, and literally everybody that lives in the northeast, because they make these guys so welcomed and loved and appreciated. So again, from me, this is a pleasure. It's not a chore. I'm more than happy to sit out and miss on the lash and be with you people watching the game of football that we all love. And like I say, at the end of the day, thanks, Geordie Dan. Great to have you. Yeah, absolutely. Nice to be back, buddy. If I'm honest, I have missed doing a couple of the shows. But being in the hospital when I was poorly, I was and the only way I could get some coverage was having my phone in a homemade hammock that I could outside of the window and close the window. And I've got a lot of lads around me, Coventry fans, Aston Villa fans, all of us suffering with a similar fate with flu, breathlessness, and God knows. So there was a lot of respiratory noise, let's just put it that way. And Win, obviously the mighty Win, with some of his spiel, had got everybody absolutely in titters. And I said to the lads, there's when you actually work with this guy on the channel, he comes out with some absolute belters. But like I said, it's been an interesting one. But like I said, I appreciate everything that you guys say, and like I said, I've watched all the comments. It's a shame I wasn't fit enough or well enough to actually join a lot of the time. But like I say, it's been an absolute pleasure, and it'll continue to be a pleasure. So, Juddy Nan, great to have you here. Gary, glad Chris is enjoying the tune. I hope you get to see the game on Saturday. Come on, get Gary a ticket. Yeah, there's something in operation, but we are reliant on a couple of the lads from across the pond that can obviously come and support the channel if I do get to the game. And if I don't, buddy, then like I said, I'm up in the northeast enjoying the atmosphere. So for me, it's about it's about being here, and it gives me an amazing excuse to visit the cemetery where my family are buried, and my family that are still here, obviously. So I can do lots of work, mate. I can do lots of work. But if I can get one, I will get one. Trust me, I should be there on Saturday. Early kickoff at 12:30. So like I say, we'll be live on air around about 11:30, doing the watch along, so the pre-match stuff. And it will be good. It'll be great. And like I say, if we can get 6 points from these next 2 games, well, we're breaking records left, right, and centre. I was trying to think of when the last time we won. Have we ever won 9 games on the bounce? Have we? I can't remember us. No, we've done 8, but I can't remember us ever winning 9. So if we can get through these couple of games now, who knows? Now, I don't know whether I know we've got a lot of new members on the channel, but we did the predictions at the start of the season, and I got us in fourth place. Mansell Hansel, Gary, you're a legend and a saint. Having to put up with the old git. Yeah, you need to have the patience of a bloody saint, mate. I tell you. Yeah, you're right, matey. I shouldn't jinx it, should I? From the aspect of the game, is anybody else seeing a difference in the way we manage games? It sometimes looks a little bit bitty, looks a little bit tedious at times, and it does get frustrating as a supporter because you can see other things around the players that are happening around, and it takes a while for us to get to understand. And this is where the lads sometimes, like Win were saying about Trippier playing really well, and then other people will say, well, hold on, you didn't get involved in anything. At the end of the day, it's all about tactical, isn't it? It's about what the manager, what the head coach has said to the lads to go and perform within that role. And sometimes it's not always about overlapping and getting the good balls in. His supporting role was obviously more of an inside right in a 6, just to stop any passing channels at the weekend. So, for me, it's a case of we have got a squad of depth. Worried about the drop off if we make any subs today, because obviously we've got a game early on Saturday. Is one goal enough to see us through this game? That's my problem. Not sure if Eddie Howe can afford to make. Obviously, unless there's some bangs that we're unaware of and he knocks. But at the minute, I think it's too tight. It'll be interesting to see what you guys think regarding the substitutions on the bench. I mean, we have got a decent bench. But I'm not seeing anything on that bench that could change the game in any way, if I'm honest, in this current formation. I think we've just got to try and get out there in the second half and get a second goal. We don't do 100 miles per hour trying to be hard working, but it's because we have better players and can control games. We also protect players. That's what I said, Balky. It's a different setup, buddy, isn't it now? Like last year where we saw everybody going at 100 mile an hour for as long as they possibly can, running themselves into the ground. Hence the injury list was so big. And like I say, I do. If it is James Bunce, I will give James Bunce a lot of credit for what he's done, because he's obviously not allowed us, or not allowed Eddie to go out there tactically and go run them for 80 minutes into the ground. And like you say, it is very much more controlled now. It is very much more controlled. But I do love, and I keep saying it, I love this fluid midfield. Nobody's a 6, nobody's an 8, nobody's a 10. They're all everything. And I think that's where sides that have fixed statues are struggling, because we've got 3 players that can actually go into each and every department and look comfortable. And I've said it many times before. He popped a rib and he's scored. Oh, Jesus. Andy Bell is he's suffering. He's broken his ribs, and it looks like he's just done another one or something, or popped another rib. Oh, bless you, mate. I hope you're feeling well as well soon. I know it's sore when you breathe. Not a nice feeling when you break a rib. Queenie, and you just need another visit to A&A. Yeah, exactly. Andy B took a lead there. John Joe Shelby back at Burnley. Oh, I didn't know that, Kenny. Video became manager, even when we were losing the buzz in the city. It was like Keegan at the Turner days. We could feel it within the city. Simply beautiful. Yeah, Mark. It's been an amazing wake-up call for me. Everybody questioning whether Eddie, and I said this at the start of the game, there was loads of people that were edging towards Eddie out, and like I said, when I was doing my badges, I did a study on the effect of a new manager on a team, and you do get that 5% bounce of players. It looks like Cunha's coming on by the looks of it. Or is he just walking back to the bench? Oh yeah, he's just walking back. Not sure whether he's coming on for the Golds. He's certainly undressed and ready to go, so it doesn't surprise me to see Cunha come onto the field, if I'm honest. So yeah, it's an interesting one. Like I say, when you wait up, I forget what I was going to say then. It'll come to me in a minute. So yeah, Cunha's coming on the field for the old Golds. I've got a Blue Peter badge. Does that count? Hey mate, they're like gold dust these days. If you've got a proper one, original. I sneezed, mate, last week. Needed therapy after it. It's bloody horrible. Just seeing who's gone off. And number 11, Wang, has gone off. So the one that I said was potentially could be banana skin, which he always seems to want to score against us. Wang is off the park now, and we've got the man I expected to start in Cunha. I have no idea why he was off the park, if I'm honest. He's out waiting to start. No, it's funny though, isn't it? You think, right, the chances that Wolves have had, the 2 good chances, if they'd have fell to Cunha, do you think he'd have missed? I don't think so. Like I say, he's probably the only player in a gold shirt that I would welcome into Newcastle. Yeah, second half underway then, team. Lewis Hall now. Dan Burn. Again, the usual setup. No changes for Newcastle. Dubravka, Tino, Botman, Burn, Hall, Bruno, Gomeres, Tonali, Jellington, Murphy, Isaac, Gordon. Is what we've got on the field. Still the same side, and obviously there's just the one change for Wolves. We've got Sarr, Agbadu, Bueno, Doherty, Gomez, Andre, Gomez, Ait Nouri. Then we've got obviously Cunha coming in for Wang, Guedes and Larson up front. But I mean, to be fair, I've been really disappointed with Larson because I think he was the one who could have, muscled his way into getting a bit more on the ball. But his body language has been pretty anonymous. J7 just picks the ball up, nicks the pass, passes the ball inside to Anthony Gordon. Anthony Gordon's not had 5 minutes on this ball at all. And Larson, I think, has just gone through the back of him and made him known. Boy, it was Bueno. I beg your pardon. It was the centre half, Bueno, who went through the back of him, number 4. So free kick just inside Newcastle. Just inside the Wolves half. Newcastle kicking left to right as we look at the screen. Second goal now will do me fine. I'll be well up for this one. Hall coming onto the inside left. Out to Gordon. Gordon flicks the ball in towards the back stick, but it's all the way into Sarr's hands. And he throws it forward. Cunha on the ball. His first touch was a bit poor, but he manages to get it back. Ait Nouri now on the left-hand side, just hugging this touchline. Again, not really being involved too much. Ball plays in towards Guedes. Picked up from Gomez now. Again, little difference from Wolves, a bit more pace going into the box. Anthony Gordon now just brings the ball away. Plays in Isaac, but Sarr has come so far out to sweep up that ball there. Fires the ball in towards Larson. Larson pulls the ball back towards Cunha on the edge of the box. Shoots straight away, but it's straight down Dubravka's throat. So again, he's only been on the park 3 minutes and he's hit the target straight away. But luckily for us, it was straight down Dubravka's throat. So Bruno now into the centre circle and just pushed it forward towards J7. J7 sees Gordon on the left-hand side. Gordon into the box. Little deflection up towards J7. J7 just tries to help it onto the box. Agbadu clears for the Wolves, but again it's a bit of a sliced clearance, or attempted a clearance from Larson. Ball picked up now with Tino. Out to Murphy. Jacob Murphy looks up, plays the ball, tries to get in Isaac onto the back post, but again it's just lumped away. It's hoofed out of the park. And Sarr's injured, he's down. When he did that long clearance, it looked like he's done something to himself. He's not looking very comfortable at the minute. The Wolves goalkeeper, how's he, Sarr? I don't know what he's done to himself, but it looked like when he was taking that long kick, when he intercepted the ball the right hand on his right hand side, he's obviously tweaked a muscle or something. It was like he's pulled a hammy or tweaked his back or something like that. He certainly looks uncomfortable. They're just making the goalkeeper warm up now, just to make sure that he's going to be okay. Aston Villa have just taken the lead against Everton. Ollie Watkins has scored. Would have been nice for a draw, that one, to be fair. Still waiting for something to happen on the pitch. Looks like Sarr is happy to continue. Just down on his hodges at the minute. He still looks very uncomfortable. He's obviously tweaked his back from that clearance. Tino now with the throw-in into Tonali. Tonali again back down towards Botman. Botman drives the ball back towards Dubs. Just trying to draw Wolves towards them, so they're getting a bit of space in behind. Bruno back to Botman. Pushed us back into our penalty area. Botman tries a little ball over towards J7, and again gets challenged really quickly by Guedes. Burton out to Bruno, to Tonali really quickly, feeds in Bruno. Bruno plays it inside to Isak. Isak in the penalty into the centre circle, plays the ball up on a diagonal towards Murphy. Murphy then tries to drill the ball out towards Bruno. Bruno to Anthony Gordon, who shoots, and it's deflected over for a corner. Yeah, very wasteful. Wasteful opportunity, that, for me. I mean, it was potentially on target, but it was going to be straight down Sarr's throat, but the deflection just took the ball up and over the bar. So another corner for Newcastle. Just waiting now. The ball comes in on the floor from Murphy to Isak. Ball just hooks it back towards the back post, and again it's J7 who gets his head onto it, and it's deflected out for another corner. It's probably going to be an in-swinger, so they're obviously thinking about something different. But again, you know, that was a bit of a poor cross, lumped in towards the back stick. J7 managed to try and keep it in play. Louis Hall now with the attempted in-swinger. Hopefully he can beat the first man. All the black and white shirts are in a bit of a D at the edge of the back stick. Ball goes really long this time. Headed back forward. Fell to a gold shirt. Now there's a break on. Guedes now brings it out. But again, lots of black and white shirts all around him, and ball's won back by Tonali. Tonali goes on a bit of a run, and this time he's taken out. Doesn't look like they're happy with that decision. Nate Norrie's swinging his arms around just inside the Wolves' half. But again, there was an opportunity to pass the ball, but Tonali gets that extra touch, and he tries to carry the ball further and further afield into the Wolves' half. And again, there's so many gold shirts around him at that point. It's just a matter of time. He takes the knock on the hip and he goes down. So it's, like I say, free kick to Newcastle. Bruno now. Just looking for opportunity to get the ball into the box. Gomez having a tussle with Burn. Dan Burn is just laughing at him. He actually towers well above a lot of the Wolves players. Crazy with the height difference. I didn't realise that the second tallest player in the Newcastle squad was Botman. 6'4", even taller than Isak, who's 6'3" and a bit, and then it's Nick Pope, who's 6'2". Hoofed away clear for Wolves, who's headed back, and then again it's just hoofed forward. Nuri having a tussle with Tino. Bruno smacks the ball long and out for very, very sloppy at the minute, to be fair. Arsenal 2. Says Kenny. So Arsenal got a couple of goals. Right near there with the throw-in, just inside the Wolves' half, close to the halfway line. Again, just looking for movement. Ours was lucky then because he drew Botman in and the ball went past the two of them. Good little ball down the right-hand side. Tucked back towards Guedes. Guedes miscontrols the first one and the chance goes then because they were, again, had a chance of an opportunity. Ball gets played forward to Isak down the left-hand side. Isak just waiting and gets the ball gets deflected back off Isak and it's a throw into Wolves. There's somebody in the crowd there having a right old go. 2 goals in 4 minutes of Sri Lanka. Own goal. Wow. Spursy lives up to their name, says the mighty. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Doing a Spursy all over again. It's only a matter of time, I think, before Ange gets the push from there. I don't think they'll take too much of this his glory days. Have you got the retro shirt they released? I have indeed. I haven't got it with me, but I have got it. Tino now just coming into the Wolves half. Little give and go with Murphy. Tino keeps his run going, but Murphy into Bruno on the edge of the box. Murphy comes. Oh, he plays in Isak on the outside and it's a goal. Yeah, it's so simple when Isak get in. When Isak stands in the middle, nobody's anywhere near him, and he had time to actually put his foot on the ball and stroke the ball home. Get in, ice easy, ice Isak, ice Isak. Yeah, 2 goals to Isak. I think that should be it now, if I'm honest. I don't think Wolves are going to come back from this now. And lovely movement again into Bruno. Bruno threads the ball beautifully into Isak, just in front of the penalty spot, directly central of the goal, and he's got time to put his foot on it. Just literally swivel, and he obviously gives Jose Sarr the eyes because he lifts it up into the middle of the net, and Sarr's going the other way. So lovely finish, and like I say, this lad is just ice in front of goal at the minute. 2 more goals for Isak. His run continues. Little flick off out Nori, then good off Tino. Goes out for a throw into Wolves, just inside the Newcastle half. Agbadou now plays it back to Bueno. Bueno back to Sarr. Literally on the edge of his 6-yard box. 1 touch out of his feet and he goes long. He picks out Gomez down on that right side. Gomez just tries to get Strand Larson in. And there's an early ball into the middle. Guedes was trying to get onto the end of. But again, Tonali, nice and ice, just so calm and collected on that ball, isn't he? Watching that 3-0. Yeah, is that what you're saying? Amazing stats though for Alexander Isak. Just having a look at see what performance levels are like for each individual player. Like we do now with the Wolves heading back into their own half. Just random again. Well done, buddy. just seeing who that's gone to, and that's gone to Alexander Ludi. So welcome to the members club, Alexander. You will have a month of behind the scenes stuff as well. But like I say, do me a favour, buddy. Give Random the thumbs up. Again, thank you ever so much, Random, for your kindness, gifting all these memberships. Villa 1 up against Everton. Yeah, I've seen that one, buddy. Now plays ball inside, and it literally is. Again, it's the usual 4-5-1 from Newcastle as we speak, with that black and white wall now, just allowing Wolves to have the ball in front of them. And they come out as a unit to try and close the space. Jacob Murphy then did really well, and he allows Tino to get hold of that ball, that interception. Tino looks up and he tries to feed Isak into the box. They're headed back towards Murphy. Murphy comes on the inside, and Agbadou then just muscles him out. And Wolves bring the ball out of their penalty area. And again, it's hit forward really quickly to try and get forward. And again, it's just getting the shape back for Newcastle. Newcastle just trying to regain the 4-5-1. Right now, just playing it back. Again, the ball switched over to the other side, but it really missed control. And again, it's a really good opportunity for this Guedes guy. He, like I say, he puts himself around, but his first touch there was awful. But Agbadou did well there to muscle off Murphy, because I think Murphy was just on the verge of getting a shot off. So that's 16 goals and 4 assists now this season for Alex Isak. Some going, that is. In 90, well, it's 20 games. Mansell Hansel saying Isak will hit 25 Prem goals easy, maybe more, I reckon. Yeah, potentially, but either way he's going. Murphy just tried to feed in Gordon there, but so I just managed to get in front of the ball. Again, Wolves quite happy to come down that right-hand side. It seems to be their area where they like to try and bring the ball and expose Newcastle's weakness. They're coming together there in the middle of the box with Cunha and Tino, but it's just like I said, players haven't got to move out the way. If you want to run into them, then that's fine. But he did well there, Tino. He just put himself in between the body, the ball, and Cunha, and it was all over then. He was never going to get the ball. Got a bit of triangles out of the back line. Tonali, Bruno, out to Tino. Tino literally just waiting for the challenge. Joe Gomez. Looking at the table now, Newcastle sitting 4th, played 21, plus 14 goal difference and 38 points. Only 3 points behind Nottingham Forest. Gordon now on the left-hand side, comes inside. Got players on the left-hand side with Isak. Lots of body getting into the box now for Newcastle. Isak just stops. Plays the ball back to Tonali. Tonali backs it out to Bruno. Bruno eyes a shot. Oof. Just a bit too straight and a little bit too high. Marty's asking if anybody reckons the Wolves will go down. Well, they've got to keep teams around them, haven't they? I think there's a big game for them the weekend, is it? Like the likes of Crystal Palace. These are all teams that are struggling at the minute with form. And I think what you're going to see, even though we've seen the Premier League for the first time in as many years that I can remember being as close as it is in regarding points, I think in the new year now, especially when you come into February, you'll start to see those divided. There'll be two leagues. It'll be the top half and the bottom half, and there's still a lot of teams that can be sucked into the relegation battle as we speak at this present moment in time. The same as anybody can get into well, I say anybody. There's a lot of teams that can still get into the European places as we speak. There's a bit of a tussle here between Cunha. He gets a shot off, but it's wide. Again, this is what this lad gives you. But well done. I think that was Sven Botman, who literally went shoulder to shoulder with him all the way back. Yeah, it was really good running back. He had the pace of him, to be fair, and Botman was never really going to get there, but he did really well to keep up with him. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Mansell. If they do go down, it'll be the first guy I go for is Cunha, because I think if you could play him, well, you could play him anywhere. To be fair, Murphy, bit of a strange challenge there, and everybody will say, referee, come on, that's got to be a free kick. We've not seen any subs yet. Still the same side that we started with, starting 11. And it is Eddie Howe's subs time in the past. Whether he'll do that today, he probably wants another goal. Well, that's a nice little feed out from the edge of the box to Tino to Murphy. Murphy jinks it in towards the centre. And J7 just tried to get a toe on it, but unfortunately it was just behind him. Bruno muscles his way to win the ball back. J7 again now with a little give and go. There's lots of tussling in the D at the edge of the Wolves box, but Wolves luckily just managed to come away from it. But again, it's given straight back to Newcastle. Just pop back to us his run with Gordon today. Yeah, it's strange, mate. He's not had the best days at football I've seen him play. But he's got lots of energy, and he does, because of the sticks out on that touchline, he does pull defences apart. And Murphy does the same on the right hand side. He stays really wide. Tino drives it across the box, and it's intercepted there in the middle from the Wolves player. Good play again. Murphy just comes inside. Tino stays on the outside, drilled across the 6-yard box towards the back stick of Isaac and Gordon, and it's just intercepted. I think he did okay, Mighty Mag. So obviously that's what I said. Everybody's going to have an opinion, but he's done okay, and that's what I said. He's done okay. He's done a job, but I think he's tried to do the job a little bit harder than he needed to today. The ball comes in from Hall to the back stick, and it's headed. That done from off Botman. Yeah, it comes off Botman's head, and it goes behind for a goal kick. Yeah, just gets the last touch on with Dan Burn. A couple of substitutions for Wolves now. Not sure who's coming. Guedes. Gomez is coming off. And Ait Nouri's coming off. That's an interesting one. So goes long again, and again he's headed back from Tonali towards Murphy. And the substitute for Wolves is Gomez, and Guedes is off, and Tomato and Bellegarde are on. Ball back all the way to Dubs. Gives it to Botman. Botman plays it to Bruno, but again it's a bit of a sloppy pass from Botman, to be fair. And it just gets taken off the toe of Bruno. The Wolves get the ball again. Cunha. Looks very slippy out there, to be fair. And Joe Gomez just went to the ground again there. Again, they're favouring that right-hand side. Wolves. seem to obviously be trying to make something happen on that side. Ball comes in deep now on the left-hand side, but again, nowhere near the player. More of a hopeful ball, if I'm honest with you. Right, Nori's still on. Wolves just playing, like I say, the beauty of this setup that Eddie Howe does, and it stops all of the passing lanes for any of the opposition. So they have to go up over the top. And when they go up over the top, I mean, Larson's just got on to the end of that. But, that's a dodgy ball that is from Tino, trying to play into Bruno. The Wolves now have got an opportunity, but luckily it's cleared back towards the edge of the box. Just literally playing the ball on the edge of the box, Wolves. And again, that was a really sloppy pass from, it's a shot on target, and it's easy for Dubs. Sorry, boys and girls, I have to keep taking the sound off because I have a tickle. And yeah, good little shot on target. Then to Dubs' left-hand side. Ball over the top now for Tino to run onto. But again, look, he's just gone full-bodied into that one. With his stud showing Agbadou. He certainly stepped up to the mark this game, Agbadou, because he was bloody awful against Bristol City. So I thought he was certainly going to be a weakness. But he's done okay. Tino now. Bruno, back to Tino. Tino puts his back to the player and he tries to push the ball, drive the ball down towards the... It looks a bit stationary up the top there. Ball come behind them, so Wolves bring the ball out again. Trying to play the ball down the side to Cunha to run onto, but great challenge from Botman. Byrne picks up the loose ball and plays it all the way back to Dubs. Dubs decides to go aerially towards Tino. Just comes straight back to Wolves. In the centre circle now, just played out to I can't remember the new lad that's come on. Subs seem to be wins different models of expertise here. Just seem to want to close down while I'm actually online. And see, that's the problem now, because now I froze the screen out, and this is the trouble with with Win's system. It absolutely clears everything. So I hope you guys can still hear me. J7 now. There was an opportunity spawn there. I mean, it's sad because they, again, down this right-hand side, there was a lunge from Byrne, falls to Cunha. Cunha gives himself an opportunity on his left foot, but drags the shot wide of the post. But again, Dubs was beaten there, I think. I don't think Dubs would have got down to that one. Got a bit sloppy, Newcastle, over the last 5 minutes. Nice little ball to... from Murphy to Isaac from J7 now. J7. Oh, Isaac was just trying to square the ball onto Gordon. Oh, that's it. Anthony Gordon scores. Get in. Yes. Get in. That was just so easy. Absolutely so easy. I thought Isaac was going to score eventually, but he tries to square it to Anthony Gordon to start with. Then the ball gets pulled back. And again, it gets recycled. And again, everybody just seems to fall asleep. All of the gold shirts. Lovely little ball from Murphy to get the ball going in the centre circle. J7 up to Isaac on the right-hand side. Isaac goes into the box, tries to square it. It's blocked. Nobody comes to pressure the ball. Isaac does a step over, feeds the ball towards the penalty area for Anthony Gordon, who's literally got nobody around him just to turn and push the ball past Sarr into the net. 3-0 to Newcastle. Come on, boys. Yes. Come on. Yes, Chris. Thanks, mate. You did tell us, mate. You're absolutely right. Yeah, Willock has just come. It looks like he's getting ready to come on. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Now, I think we've got to think about the early start, haven't we, on Saturday? So Eddie's obviously thinking exactly that. 75th minute, we're making some subs. Miggy's coming on, or VAR are having a check at this goal. So let's just wait a second before we talk about any of these changes. Possible offside for Isaac from the pass from J7. Looks tight, to be fair. Does look tight. Two not saying that Gordon deserves that goal. He's tried his best and nothing came off until now. Get in. Yeah, I mean, that's what I said. He's not had a bad game. I just think some of his decision making could have been better. It does look tight, that, doesn't it? It looks, if you're looking at the parallel lines, it does look offside. It does look like his foot's in front of, but again, it's looking on the screen here, it looks totally different from, obviously, when they draw the lines across. It's green. It's onside, guys. It's the goal. Brandt just got in there before me. Ooh, no Miggy. Yeah, exactly. Miggy's coming on. And Willock. I don't know what the delay is because the green. What is the delay? Oh, come on. I'm going to say, crikey. How long did it take them to give the referee the information? Well done, Anthony Gordon. Excellent. Come on. There's me wrecking Wynn's microphone. Murphy's, what a shift he's put in today, to be fair. Jacob Murphy. Potentially man of the match for me. I think he's done a tremendous job. Anthony Gordon coming off for Willock. So again, this is what we were saying before, isn't it, about where we've got players that can actually fill in several different roles. So that's really good. And Asula's coming on for Isaac. So love it, absolutely love it. Give this young lad some confidence now. Getting 15 minutes or so. And like I say, Isaac's done his bit. Keep him fit. You've got to manage these players really well now. And yeah, everybody's going to be saying he wanted his hat-trick. But it's about going forward now. Keeping everybody fit. Like I say, we all know Asula can run. He'll run for England. But again, really poor play from Wolves. Just kicking the ball out of play there from the restart for a throw-in for Newcastle. Ashington saying that Isaac man of the match for me. Well, like I said, you know, he hasn't done a lot, but he's done everything that you want him to do, being a striker. He's just been ice cold in front of goal at the minute. But I just think for the overall build-up play, there's a bit of a hopeful shot there from Bellegarde, deflected over. And that's why I said, for me, Jacob Murphy, I think definitely needs a shout out because I think he's played really well today. But again, this was the whole thing, wasn't it? I've just seen it come up on the screen, so I know what's going to happen from this corner. That's shocking. That is so poor defending. Honestly, that is so poor. Burnham gets the goal for Wolves, and it literally is just floated in just beyond the front stick, and the ball just seems to drop in the 6-yard box. And again, you think of all those bodies around there, not sure ball just doesn't get cleared at all. Tonali, Bueno, and who else was around? J7 jumps in front of the ball, yeah. J7 jumps in front of the ball. The ball seems to go into a hollow that was vacated from Tino. But I mean, there's still enough bodies there that should have been cleared. It was just really poor defending, to be fair. Burn and Tino go up for the same header. And it's just really poor defending. Possible handball. Could be chalked off because obviously he was the one if the balls hit him on the hand. Yeah, there you go. You're lucky because it was bloody awful defending. It really was. Yeah, it was. I mean, the ball. His hand didn't go out to the ball. The ball just obviously got onto his hand. And the rules now obviously state if it leads to the goal, as in from the person who handballed it, directly into the goal, then obviously it's always going to go against you. We had that with Bruno the other week, didn't he? When it come off his elbow into the goal, and it was disallowed, even though he didn't even know where the ball was because it was smashed against him. Crystal Palace 2 now, Leicester 0. Mark Gay with a goal by the looks of it. Yeah. We are crap at defending corners. We just like I said, we did this zonal mark, and I really do not understand the way it works, if I'm honest, because like I say, nobody seems to attack the ball, and when they do attack the ball, 2 players go for the same ball. So it's like they all they're doing is competing against each other. A little bit of a tussle up the line now for Cunha, who gets the free kick given against Tonali. We just need to wake up. We got lucky with the handball. You're right, absolutely right, Ashington. We were very lucky. Just a bit of a delay. I don't know whether there's some more substitutes. Yeah, J7 looks like he's walking towards. Yeah, J7's coming off. And Miley, is that Miley coming on, do you think? It is indeed. Oh my days. Yeah, Brant, spot on, mate. Perfect. Absolutely perfect in every way. The only thing for me now is all these subs. Now, I don't. Oh, that's a bit of a dodgy one. Over the top, ball into the middle. It's a goal now. Oh, he's missed it. How can he miss that? Seriously. How can you miss that? I mean, it was a missed ball from Tino in the right back position. Ball gets driven across from Ait Nouri to the 6-yard box. Larson runs onto it. And is it deflected up in the air? Oh, it's a save. Superb save from Dubravka. Absolutely fantastic save from Dubravka, to be fair. Well done, Asula, for winning that ball back. Your tenacity and the hard work had got you that back footer. Or Bruno's just tried to wile a cross that's come off Miley and it's gone out for a throw-in. Well done, Dubravka. What a save that is. Push it up onto the bar. And this is what I said about the subs. When the subs work, it takes 10 minutes for them to get involved in the game, and that's why I said when you're... And this is why the rule sometimes jeopardises, unless you're losing, because you're only allowed 3 slots to get your substitutes on. So you have to use it wisely, because it could be detrimental to your performance. And like I said, at the minute, it only looks like one team that's going to score the next goal, and it ain't a black and white one. Oh, what you doing, Willick, for God's sake? Just get hold of the ball, lad. Anyway, Miley now, and down in the left corner with Hall and Byrne. Byrne just tries to dink it up to the corner. Willick just tries to dummy player, but the ball, there was no pace on the ball. Lewis Miley just wins the ball back. Just gives it to Tonali, who goes long. Towards Asula. Asula's being held back there. And there's a lot of things to say. There's got to be going to be a yellow card there, surely to God. Can't pull on the player's shirt. Well, it was the Dubravka save that put it onto the bar, though, wasn't it? So I suppose I can say it was a great save. Tino Livramento comes off for Trippier. So that's the last of the subs. 85 minutes gone. Newcastle 3, Wolves 0. All of the subs have been great, mate. I agree with you, Brant. It seems to be well managed, and he's brought the strongest of the subs on. So very, very positive, very well managed. Waiting for something to happen. I've just lost my stream. I apologise. Just waiting for it to reconnect. Wolves making 1 or 2 more changes. I apologise because I don't know many of these guys. Sarabia's coming on. And Joe Gomez and Andre have gone off again, very weak in the middle of the park. Doyle and Sarabia have come on. But to be fair, the midfielder I thought was going to be really strong. The battle of the Brazilians in the middle. I thought there was going to be some heavy matches there, but they've been pretty poor, if I'm honest. They've been really poor. Bruno now, nice little jig to try and rotate the ball through, but again the ball's come back towards Wolves, and Larson coming, trying to get his foot on the end of that, but Dubs rushes out to go to win the battle. So well swept up there from Dubs. I mean, I must admit, as much as I feel Tonali, Bruno, and Gordon being slightly off in this one. Yeah, like I said, I don't think Tonali's ripped any trees up, but he's done enough. And like I said, that he's come down there, he took a bit of a whack on the back of his heel by the looks of it, Tonali. And the lads are just waiting. The referee's not stopped the game yet, so I think Lewis Hall has just kicked the ball out. But yeah, right down the back of his Achilles tendon there, and he's got a bit of a whack for his troubles. Yeah, from Sarabia, come through the back of him. Their coach chews tobacco. Yeah, it's a strange one because it's not somebody I recognise. Obviously, they've looked at him spitting into his flask, his tear flask. It's mad. Yeah, Tonali's back on his feet, and ball is given back to Newcastle. Lewis Hall to Byrne on the edge of the box, just squares it along to Botman again. Everything's at walking pace now, just waiting for Wolves to come and pay us a visit. Ball played into Bruno, into Trippier on the right hand side. Back towards Botman now. Literally just going through the motions, guys. It's the work is done, but that's what worries me when they do that. It's more of a sloppy pass. There's a ball over the top here for Miggy. Miggy's doing his little mazy run. He's got a chance here. I thought he was going to let a left foot go there. Oh, Lewis Hall drags one right. Grub hunted along the floor. Thought he was watching baseball for a second. Yeah, it was a bit strange. Some nice movement, to be fair, when they were trying to progress the ball, but then all of a sudden it was, it's like it just becomes a little bit motionless. But again, the lads have been really done the job. Like I say, it's not been the prettiest game, but they've grafted for each other. They've limited Wolves to only a couple of chances, really. And the chances that Newcastle have created, again, not that many in the game, they've buried them. And that has been the difference. This is the best refereeing performance I've ever seen. Well, Nathan, like I said, when a referee isn't involved in much of it, matey, you literally can hold your head and you can say to yourself, the game's been able to flow. He's not stopped the game. He's probably made one mistake from what I've seen in the entire match. So I agree with you. Referees had a blinder today. This Darren England. Take a bow, sir. Wolves now just trying to become more central. Again, get crowded out by black and white shirts. So Obi fell over there, and he's obviously calmed the referee there, because I didn't think there was much in that one, to be fair. All the problems have been self-inflicted, yeah, from peeing about the back. Yeah, they've drawn the pressure on you. I agree with you, Vendetta. They have drawn the pressure on. 8 minutes of added time, guys. I don't know where the 8 minutes have come from, to be fair. Maybe he's a new ref. Now Darren England's been around for a while, but being shown how much money you can be cheating, in my opinion. Yeah, superb performance. Yeah, again, like I say, when he's not involved in much, and to be fair, it's not been a dirty game. So just putting the spray on the floor, and then Bruno, while the referee is not looking, just steps forward with Tonali. I love that. Just closing the space. Every opportunity, every time they leave the feet, they just edge a little bit forward. I reckon they're going to have a direct shot on goal here. Like they're teeing up something. Well, that's again giving them the opportunity to run at you there, Lewis Hall. He thinks it towards the back stick. Headed down by Cunha. Balls falling in each other's way there. And I think Bruno's got a standing on the foot there from, I think that was from Trippier. But it, again, didn't look in any way, shape or form that was going to be that was going to fall to a Wolves' foot. Again, corners of Wolves. Entering it towards that near post. Again, it's defended this time. Back into the stick, and it's fallen. Oh, crikey. How the hell have they not scored that again? That is incredible. That is an absolute... if that is a last-ditch tackle from Tonali, then well done, lad. Because that was phenomenal. Because there was... all I could see there was a sea of gold shirts right on the 6-yard box. Great ball back in from Cunha. It deflects back from... oh, yeah, he did really well. Deflects back from Dubs because it come through a number of bodies from Cunha's cross. Really low and hard, and it deflected back towards the 6-yard box. And it looked like there was a deflection from Tonali's cross, from Tonali's block, or at least clearance that went out for a Newcastle goal kick. So, well done, lad. Superb last-ditch defending again. But again, Willock has been, for me, Willock's been the one who looks well off the pace. Just doesn't seem to be able to keep the ball whatsoever under any control. The Wolves just play it from the back. Clock's ticking down now, but again, there's a long way to go yet. 93rd minute of the 98. Ball gets a couple of lucky deflections into the middle of the park with Wolves now just bringing it forward. But again, Tonali just fearless as ever. Just steps in the way. Well, winning, it always feels like we're being risky on purpose. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Why take the risk sometimes? I don't know. I know people always say it's boring. You can run the clock down by keeping hold of the ball all over the top there for Dan Larson to run onto. But again, going into a little bit of a dead end. Trippier managed to fires one into Tonali. And then Miggy gets involved down this line. And again, it just seems so sloppy, guys. Tonali's there just trying to nip a ball over the top. It falls to Cunha on the edge of the box. And Miley just gets a toe poke to it right at the edge of the box, central. Again, gifting half chances, really. all being created by our own poor performance. Ball into Willock on the edge of the box, who again loses his footing and loses the ball. 95th minute now. You're trying to get down into the channels, but not having much luck, to be fair. Nuri now. Alexander, he's player of the match, according to the TV, with his 2 goals. A nice little give and go there. Oh, crikey, that's another chance that they've spawned. I mean, that's a golden opportunity. Absolutely golden opportunity. Nice give and go, no pressure on the ball. He's just played it right. He's carried on his run centrally, right in front of goal on the 12-yard mark, and he's fired it straight down Dubsy's throat. I mean, it's so bad for any other opportunity, if you like. If that was against top sides, we'd be 5 down now. They've had some nice interplay, Japadoni, you're absolutely right. But Willock has been awful. And this is what I was saying, you make substitutions, they need to work, or at least hold the ball up for you. And for me, he's done neither. Siller and Miley, just again, everybody seems to be losing the footing. I don't know what it is. Have they not got studs on? Trips has just fell over there. Wolves just trying to recycle back towards the middle of the park. Willock charges that one down. Well done, Willock. Agbadu now. But again, you're not going to get much time there. Tonali runs onto that ball, coming down the right-hand side. Tonali driving towards the goal line. Pulls the ball back to Bruno. Bruno looks up, tries a shot, but it gets blocked. And Ait Nouri just tries to bring it out. But again, Tonali just not going to give you time, but he tracks back beautifully. Again, the lad just seems to want to run for forever, doesn't he? Tonali. But again, not shone today. But again, very few are, if I'm honest. But they've worked hard, and they've ground out the result. And that's what I said. You're not always going to win pretty, are you? And now Newcastle are just playing triangles. It's like a training session. Great ball out from Trippier to Burn. Oh, Lewis Hall. That's what happens. It just gets really, really sloppy. Molly now just trying to hustle. Wolves play a nice little ball into the channel, for whipped across into the box. It's cleared by Botman. Molly now on the edge of the box, just trying to look for a way out. Trippier plays it down the line to Miggy. Miggy gives it a flick round the corner onto Asula. But again, there's a bit of a coming together between Agbadu and Asula. And Agbadu's been really strong. I'll hold my hand up when I'm wrong, because I thought he was going to be the one that was going to allow us to some opportunities. Cundy now on the edge of the box. He's looking to get a little dink over the top. And again, not enough. Another opportunity to Wolves. But just not enough on it. I mean, Cunha is literally, since he's come on, I mean, Sarabia there, it's a toe poke towards goal, and it should have been a lot more. Well done, lads. That's it. It's all over. It finished at the SJP under the lights. Newcastle 3, Wolves 0. Not the greatest display, but at the end of the day, like I say, you can't always win in glory. Sometimes elite teams don't always have to be at the races fully to get results, and that's where we are at the minute. I think we've reached the level now where we can actually go out there and we muscle a lot of the teams. But again, individual errors just create opportunities for the opposition, and against a decent side, we could have conceded a couple of goals there quite easily. I can see why, although that's just how well Wolves defend. We scored 3. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. They're certainly great going forward, but they look awful in defence. And every single goal, all 3 goals today from Newcastle, they've had so much space allowed to get the shot off, and that's criminal. They're criminal at this level, especially if you want to stay in the Premier League. But well done, Alexander Isak. Again, notching a couple, and like I say, Anthony Gordon getting an off there as well. And yeah, Queen of Art, you're absolutely right, Chris and Betsy. We will be obviously trying to get in touch with the boys and girls as soon as we possibly can to try and get some info. Chris has a good luck mascot. Yeah, absolutely, Mark. Like I say, I'm hoping he's loved it. Like I say, it's not been the world's best game, but the result is the result, and that's the way it goes. The man of the myth, Alexander Isak. Yeah, absolutely. Superb, absolutely superb. And like I say, long may the run continue. That's the way I look at it. Be interesting to see what you guys feel in your comments. Like I say, we're going to run this one off. We will give us 10 minutes so I know what's going on with the others, and we'll come on with the post-match preview. I'd love to hear your thoughts, if I'm honest. Like I say, for me, hard fought. It was sloppy at times. We gave the ball and gave them half chances, which we could have done better on. But like I say, at the end of the day, a win is a win. So for me, it's been brilliant. Thank you all for watching. And there you go, the Chris the American Mags in the chat there. Get in! Absolutely. Hope you've enjoyed it, buddy. So, like I said, thank you all for contributing. Thank you everybody that's gifted memberships and super chats and all the bits and pieces. Without you, this show couldn't be done. So, again, thank you all for doing your things. I'm freezing my tits off, says the American Mag. I did say, once you get on them the concrete steps, you do draw the heat. Like I say, give us 10-15 minutes. Let's find out what the lads are doing. If we can set up somewhere, we'll come to you live from an event near the ground. If not, then obviously I'll jump back on here. I'll just want to see what's going on, and then we'll do it again. But until the next time, away the lads. See you. If I don't see you before, I'll see you Saturday. Thank you so much for being involved in tonight's game. Thank you so much, like I say, for everybody that's wished me well. Without your thoughts, I grow stronger, type of thing. So well done to everybody. Another 3 points, 4th in the league. What more can you say? Come on, bring on the money. On to the next one. Take care, boys.